line, people that this is the party of people that had to go out into the middle of a park and release their anger into the air when Donald Trump got elected office.
Scream at the sky.
This is the kind of stuff that they scream at the sky, exactly, which I think actually, really shows that they're actually anti-environmental, because who wants to hear that audio?
Well, and this guy set himself on fire. His last act was to pollute the air with his own burning flesh. What kind of craziness? And to use a petroleum product to get the job done. We'll play the tree lady. We just call her the tree lady around here. We'll play the tree lady for you just on the other side of this. Thanks, David. And I think you're right, yeah. And the Hill is warning us here. The University of Nebraska is warning us. And this guy burning himself on the steps of the Supreme Court. These are all warning signs of this is the Democrat Party. This is what they teach and what they endorse. Right there, I just read the endorsement. University of Nebraska and the Hill. Crazy. Thanks, David.
I looked at clear cuts and burnt forest, and I felt outraged, but I didn't scream and I didn't cry. And I need to. Ah!
Of Eagle Radio and KINA Sports. Salina Liberty football is on the air. American pride, American true. The Salina Liberty red, white, and blue. This is Countdown to Kickoff for Liberty football. Coming up, we get you ready for tonight's matchup with a look at the opponent, a conversation with a coach, and keys to a Liberty victory. Now,
here he goes.
Let's head to the arena for Salina Liberty pregame worldwide on Salina Post and right here on Eagle Radio.
After a big bye week, the Salina Liberty back at home. Tonight, they will take on an expansion team in the Rapid City Marshals. Hi, and welcome in to Tony's Pizza Events Center. I'm Devin Haney. It's game number 6 of Salina Liberty football as they take on the Marshals from Rapid City. Along with me on the broadcast will be Russ Kossel in the booth, Brian Berner on the field, and Big Sam Pretty producing and engineering back at Studio Central. It's KINA Radio, Eagle Radio, Salina. Last week was a much-needed bye week for the Salina Liberty as they set right now 3-2 overall. You take out that non-league contest, the Liberty dead even, sitting at 5th place in Champions Indoor Football at 2-2. This game, a big one against Rapid City. Not only are the Marshals an expansion team, but currently they sit under the Liberty in the standings. This would help put Salina back on the winning side and get them to 3-2 with big games looming. After tonight, the next 3 for the Salina Liberty. Billings next week at home. They're currently number 2 in Champions Indoor Football. Then back-to-back road games against number 1 and number 3 in the league as Salina will visit Sioux City and also Omaha. So this is a much-needed win tonight for the Salina Liberty, and we'll see if they can take care of business. Big things to talk about with the Liberty and also with the league in general. To help us do that in segment number 3, we'll touch base with head coach Ron O'Neill. We'll talk about a new quarterback for the Liberty and also some other pieces that may be moving around on the Liberty roster. But coming up next in segment 2, we'll hook up with Brian Berner as we go behind enemy lines. We'll talk about everything CIF and also things going on with the Liberty during the bye week. Countdown to Kickoff. It's brought to you by Comfort Heating and Air. Your air conditioner is important as things start to heat up. Make sure your AC is ready to keep you comfortable at home and also in the office. Comfort Heating and Air will perform an AC clean and check and also get that filter changed so your air conditioner is ready to win the summer ahead. Comfort Heating and Air's Countdown to Kickoff returns after this. You're listening to Liberty Football worldwide on Salina Post and also locally right here on KINA.
It's spring cleaning time, and that means you should add one more little thing to your to-do list. Call Comfort Heating and Air for an HVAC clean and check. Our technicians will make sure your system is in tip-top shape, so when warm weather arrives, your AC will be ready. That means cleaning your coils, checking Freon levels, double-checking all electrical connections for safety, even changing your filters. With locations in Salina and Clay Center, we are the company that cares. Comfort Heating and Air.
You can rely on the company that cares. We're Comfort Heating and Air.
Think about the word precision. Precision represents quality and the fact of being exact and accurate. Isn't that what you want when it comes to electrical? Precision Electrical Contractors in Salina brings exact and accurate quality to electrical jobs in Central Kansas since 2003. Precision Electric's focus on quality and performance, combined with their experience and dedication, creates a winning set of finished products which saves their customers money. Don't rely on so-so electrical. Visit the team at Precision Electrical Contractors, online at pecsalina.com.
When pests have become too much, it's time to call Hassman Termite and Pest Control. With staff having over 150 years of combined experience, we offer all services for structural pests: termites, ants, roaches, spiders, crickets, mice, and bed bugs. In our 60th year of our family serving yours, give us a call or visit us on the web at hassmantermite.com or see us on Facebook.
Salina Regional's Orthopedic and Sports Medicine is your home field advantage. Our physicians include sports medicine physician Dr. Matthew Pyle, along with orthopedic surgeons Drs. Travis Rump and Todd Riley, plus an A-team of certified athletic trainers and physical therapists. We're ready when you need us to help prevent injuries, enhance performance, or to heal through surgery and rehabilitation. For area athletes to weekend warriors, the home field advantage starts at Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine.
Time now to scout the opponent as we go behind enemy lines and look at tonight's matchup for Salina Liberty football. Come on!
Back here at Tony's Pizza Events Center, it's Salina Liberty football. The Liberty back at home after a bye week. They're 3-2 overall record, 2-2 league record. Brian Berner joins us now. My name is Devin Haney as we go behind enemy lines. And just kind of an overall look. I know we call behind enemy lines, but sometimes when you have an expansion team roll in like Rapid City tonight, Brian, we don't know a whole lot about them, so we just kind of take 10 minutes and just talk. Yeah, I mean, that's where we're at right now, right?
The lines are blurred. Yeah, it's... You know, they're just getting off the bus as I was walking in, and it's strange to look down a roster and really not know any names.
Yeah.
You generally see a lot of movement, from team to team, but this is it's a relatively new lineup, and so I'm interested to kind of get an idea of what they've got going up in Rapid City.
I know that the buzz, and the closest I've done to doing research on this team, is going through Rapid City and Sturgis on the way to Billings, Montana, when we played the Outlaws, and just kind of talking to some people. You always run into people, indoor football is a select crowd, and we know that, and we're always looking to try to expand and make that select crowd bigger. But everyone I talked to and just had small conversation with, like, well, where are you guys from? Where are you traveling to? Things like that. They all knew that they had a brand new indoor football team in Rapid City. They knew about the Marshals, and they knew that there was a game that day because we went through there on Saturday with our game in Billings on Sunday. So that kind of impressed me a little bit. I don't know if it's marketing. I don't know if it's just
geography,
that kind of area, and things are getting ramped up or what, but they were all excited about the Marshals in Rapid City.
Yeah, honestly, I think you're probably going to see that when you look at Rapid City, Wyoming and Billings up in that area, even though they're not, it's not like you're driving from, here to Manhattan. I mean, it's a little bit of a drive, but I think you're going to have a much better rivalry on those fan bases, more so than I think we're going to see from Topeka, Salina, and Southwest Kansas, because I think, this is their pro sports up there. We're spoiled. We can, we've got the Royals. We can go watch the Chiefs. We can, go see Sporting Kansas City, the Current, whatever it might be. They really don't have that option. And so they've really, I think, taken hold of this. And, let's keep our fingers crossed that they can make it work.
Speaking of the Marshals, there was a team in this league not so long ago called the Dallas Marshals that played in Mesquite, Texas. There's been rumors surfacing online during this past week that the team in Mesquite will be resurrected. Not that it will be the Marshals again, but a team now popping up. And we've talked about this league kind of flipping. It used to be we were kind of centrally located. Sioux City and Omaha always kind of held down the north. There was a team once upon a time in Lincoln, and then we had Oklahoma and a team or two in Texas. But this league has kind of flipped now to where Salina and Dodge City are the southernmost teams. Rumor is that's going to change next season.
Yeah, I saw that posting on social media, and it's going to be interesting to see if it does come to fruition. They're listing the CIF. They're listing all kinds of things. I learned that the league office was based in Salina, and that Salina was the defending league champions. Which
basically what you're saying is they're listing all kinds of erroneous.
Yeah, they're just throwing stuff out there. But I will say this: I don't know who the fan was that put it there, but so the because I forgot your name, I know you're out there. I see you on a lot of posts, but he had the Mesquite Rodeo Clowns. Got to say, I love that name.
That is, yeah.
So
okay.
He referenced,
like
hey, if Topeka can get tropical,
why not?
We can have rodeo clowns.
Why not?
But back to what you're saying. This league, to make it work, we've gone through a lot this season with this league. There's no doubt about that, and people that follow it have an idea of what we're talking about. But this league needs to expand. They need to get some solid locations in if they want to be the indoor league of choice.
Right now, when you look up and down the standings in Champions Indoor Football, things took a little bit of a turn last week just because two of the top teams played each other. Billings continues their hot run. After losing their first game of the season against Sioux City, they have now rattled off 3 wins in a row, and they sit right behind Sioux City. Sioux City right now, the only undefeated team. They are 4-0 after their big victory against Billings early in the season. They also beat Salina here 2 weeks ago. That was Salina's last game. So Sioux City, the lone undefeated at 4-0. Billings at 3-1, directly behind them. Omaha lost to Billings last week. They are now at 3-2. The Southwest Kansas Storm, located in Dodge City, are also 3-2 for 4th place. Salina half a game back at 2-2 coming off the bye. Wyoming at 2-3. This Rapid City team that won their first game against Topeka and then will have lost 3 in a row coming into tonight, are 1-3. Then you have the winless Topeka Tropics, concerned about getting Tropical, still at 0-5. So when you look at this Rapid City team, Brian, they get the first victory of the season. 2 expansion teams kind of going at it there. It wasn't Topeka's first game, but it was the Marshals' first game, and the Marshals get a victory by 22 points. But since then, they lost to Sioux City by 17. They lost to the Wyoming Mustangs by 8. They lost to the Southwest Kansas Storm by 51. I think we're wondering how good this team is in their early stages of infancy here in this league, because they still have yet to play Salina, Omaha, Billings, Sioux City, and yet they're only 1-3.
Yeah, I look at this. I think it's a situation. Salina has to come out, and I'll be interested to see what Coach says. Salina's got to come out and play their game. Don't beat yourself. You're going to get your team back together. You got a new quarterback that's going to come in. So there are some questions on what Salina is going to do. But Salina, don't beat yourself. Don't also allow this to be a trip game because of the next 3 weeks that you're going to have ahead of you, because that is a killer schedule, but a schedule that can get you right back into the championship hunt.
We talked about that schedule almost at too much length during the coaches show on Monday, and you can visit that link on YouTube and see kind of what we talked about. And it looks like this. It is Rapid City tonight, and that is the top 3 teams in the league, back to back to back, 2 of those games being on the road. Next week, Salina will be back here at Tony's Pizza Event Center to play the Outlaws. They'll try to get that game back they lost. Then they go to Sioux City and to Omaha in their next 3 games. Meanwhile, when you look at somebody like Omaha's record, the only tough games that they really have left in their entire schedule is a game tonight with Sioux City and a game against Salina that I just spoke about. Other than that, their schedule's pretty cupcake. So we talked about that. It's Coach O'Neill. He kind of walked the line. I backed off a little bit because I didn't want him to say something that he might have regretted, because I know eyes are up on him as he returns from suspension. Now we also have Dwayne Autry returning from suspension. We also have Detroit, the Predator, returning from suspension. And, Brian, I think this defense has been pretty darn good without those 2 guys. But now you bring back the head coach, which is also, by the way, the main defensive coordinator, the Predator, and also the ball hawk right in the middle of that defense. This might be a team tonight. I'm not going to say they're going to hit a complete reset, but they need to get going, as you said. This may be one of those statement games tonight. I know the offense is going to have some struggles. They're breaking in a brand-new quarterback, and he will take some time to get used to this game. But, boy, that defense tonight, it could be their time to shine.
Yeah, you allow the defense to do what they do. And I think, to me, I look at this, what has happened up to this point is great. The season starts right now. You're going to give it everything you've got and run through this thing. What do they say? Defense can win championships. I think the defense, they go out and do their job. Anything you get from the offensive side, that's going to be bonus, and just add to the pot and just kind of keep this thing going, because it's going to be fun. I'm excited that I get to be down there on the bench, because I think we're going to see a super excited brand of football and guys that are going to go out and give it everything they've got tonight, and it's going to be fun.
Coming off the bye week, a lot of things to talk to the head engineer about. It is Haran O'Neill. He is coming up on the next segment. Vincent Espinoza will wear a Liberty jersey and take snaps at quarterback tonight. We'll ask Coach O'Neill about that. We'll also see how the bye week treated him and also what he expects from that defense tonight. As you listen to Countdown to Kickoff, it's brought to you by Comfort Heating and Air. Back with Coach Haran O'Neill after this, right here on KINA.
It's spring cleaning time, and that means you should add one more little thing to your to-do list. Call Comfort Heating and Air for an HVAC clean and check. Our technicians will make sure your system is in tip-top shape, so when warm weather arrives, your AC will be ready. That means cleaning your coils, checking Freon levels, double-checking all electrical connections for safety, even changing your filters. With locations in Salina and Clay Center, we are the company that cares. Comfort Heating and Air.
You can rely on the company that cares. We're Comfort Heating and Air.
Don't go another day with roof problems. Ryan Roofing will provide you with the world's best roof, the Durolast roofing system, custom prefabricated to fit your specific building. Your Durolast roof will be leak-free with virtually no maintenance. It's resistant to fire, high winds, chemicals, and temperature extremes. Plus, there are potential energy savings versus traditional roofing. Ryan Roofing has installed over 10 million square feet of Durolast roofing. Trust Ryan Roofing to solve your commercial roofing needs. Call for a quote today, 825-0475.
Spring is here, and that means more time outdoors with your favorite beverages from Salina Wholesale Liquor. More time outside means more barbecues and time on the go. Perfect time to pack our portable wines and ready-to-go cocktails. We also have a great selection of new seltzers and a huge selection of wine and whiskey. Spring in and save big now at all 3 locations. In Salina at Sam's Club, off 9th Street behind Cadova, and on the corner of Iron and Ohio. We have better prices. We're close and quicker. Salina Wholesale Liquor.
Oh my, what a fresh smell, and this entire place is so clean.
You would never guess our friend here is talking about a porta potty. Not just any porta potty. This is a portable bathroom from Salina Septic Service. Salina Septic Service is changing the game with higher standards of cleanliness and service. Porta potties don't have to be gross, so don't accept any less when you can have the best from Salina Septic Service. Now serving Hutch, McPherson, and the Gray Bend areas.
Spring is here, and Salina Medical Aesthetics knows you want to look your best for the sunny days ahead. Taking care of your skin is most important, and right now you can buy any vitamin C product at regular price and get 25% off any sunscreen. Treat those visible veins and get ready for short season with sclerotherapy, now just $175. Hydrofacials only $175. See Salina Medical Aesthetics Facebook and Instagram and look your best for outdoor adventures with the help of Salina Medical Aesthetics.
Back here on Countdown to Kickoff, getting ready for Salina Liberty football. It is game number 6 and game number 5 of Champions Indoor League action. Coach Ron O'Neill joins us now on the coaches segment. And Coach, boy, a lot to talk about going on. Of course, there always is after a bye week. But let's go back to the 2 games that we had previous to this. It's been a long time since this franchise has lost 2 games in a row. And I think it comes with a little bit of a grain of salt. I know you never like to lose, and that's not the standard of this team. But it's against the 2 best teams in the league right now as we set statistically Sioux City and Billings at number 1, number 2, and it was by a single score. Just in a nutshell, just kind of give me your overview and your thoughts on those 2 games.
Well, first off, I'm very proud of my coaching staff for the job that they did do while I was absent. To go against those 2 teams, one of them on the road there of the longest road trip of the year, to, like you said, only lose by 1 score. Just a couple plays here and there in both of those games. If they were a little bit different, we probably could have pulled those out. But I just want to definitely say thank you to Coach Dillon, Coach Carlos, Coach Martinez for doing the things that they did, making the adjustments, especially at halftime, putting a game plan together. It was conducive to winning. Just have to execute a little bit better down the stretch. But they did a great job, and then our players, it was a lot of players that really didn't get as much playing time, that did get playing time at that point. Seeing some growth in a couple of them. Definitely happy with the direction in which we're going. It was unfortunate, anytime you lose, but like I always tell my team, I don't lose, I learn. And the things that we learned, hopefully we made the remedy for moving forward here with some of the additions that we've added.
It doesn't matter if it's a player, a coach, an owner's wife. You ask anybody, what's your ultimate end goal and end result for this season? It's one word, and that's championship.
Absolutely.
It might come in different terms like trophy, championship, title, whatever, but that's the end goal. Everybody knows that. Losing 2 games in a row, you could easily just throw the baby, the bathwater, the whole darn bathroom out the window and start over. But this is a razor's edge we're talking about. Even though there have been some major things happen in the last couple of weeks with the Salina Liberty, like replacing Tyree Adams, who went to the Canadian Football League. So you lose a quarterback. You also lost Tracy Brooks, the MVP in the first season game here at Tony's Pizza Event Center. But you have been able to bring in a couple of really good running backs, and I want to start there with Trey Griffin. We knew he was going to be good right out of the gate with his performance in Topeka. Then you were able to bring in Tristan Gould, who has really kind of provided the counterpunch that we thought Tracy would provide. He's been able to run very well with Trey. Talk about your running attack right now and also the guys that are blocking in front of them.
Well, I think it starts with those guys that's blocking in front of them, and it goes to Kelvin McCoy. Kelvin McCoy, like I said on the coaches show, is probably one of the best O-line coaches in this league. With what he does, the different things in training that he does with those guys, getting them to understand our way of how we do things here in Salina up front. I think it really starts there. And then what Coach Martinez does with our receivers, you can't play here if you can't block at receivers. So that is something that's also aided with the two running backs. But to give credit where credit is due, like you said, Trey was good right out the gate. He brings that complement of speed, quickness. He see a hole, he can get through there, as well as when he gets in open space, he's very, very dangerous to bring down. Tristan is another guy that basically he played for a couple teams, but they were super deep at those spots. And we're very fortunate that we did get our hands on him when we did. He's a guy that's going to work his butt off. He's super professional. He's always asking the right questions of what he needs to do to be better and how does he fit into our scheme. Never complained about playing time, never complained about this, that, or another. Like I said, he's one of the best running backs in the league, and Trey Griffin, I think, is leading the league in most of the rushing yardage and touchdowns and things of that nature. So to have those two as our 1-2 punch is ideally exactly what we wanted. It's just Tracy was in that component as well. But to find two other guys that never played football, indoor football, and for them to be rookies and playing at the clip that they're playing, we're extremely excited.
So now you kind of are looking at a new look offense a little bit as far as personnel with a new quarterback. That's always a big replacement piece when you have to replace not only your quarterback, but also a quarterback like Tyree Adams. So you have Vincent Espinoza, but with Vincent Espinoza, you also have a new receiver. And this is a guy that if you've paid attention to indoor football over the last – gosh, what are we talking about here, Coach? 10, 12 years? I mean, this is a guy that has just been a dog in the wide receiver core in indoor football, and that's Demaryius Washington. So he's going to come in as a combo with Espinoza. Talk to me about both of those guys.
Well, I'll start with D-Wash. We had him in his second year. He played with Billings the year before, and then he came with us. He's also a guy that I made a couple calls to get him to the Indianapolis Colts. He had a workout there with the Indianapolis Colts, and then he decided to come play for us in 2016 with the Colorado Crush with Coach Martinez and I. And he led the league in touchdowns that year, but he also broke the yardage record in IFL history that year. So he is a guy that's, 6'5", 210 pounds, 45-inch vertical, can play all the receiver spots. He can play anything in the secondary as well. So to get him was, we got very, very lucky to get him. But I think our relationships that we had with him in the past is how it was a little bit easier transition. He understands our nothing to really teach him, just a refresher course there. But he's going to make a lot of plays for us moving forward. But Vincent Espinoza is a guy that we've been after for 2 years. We recruited him before he went to the Iowa Barnstormers last year. He was their backup quarterback there. Then this year he in the IFL. So when he became available, just perfect timing to go get him. Didn't really have to say a lot. He knew us from the past, and he was willing to give us opportunity, especially with his predecessor signing to that CFL deal.
I know that these two signings weren't totally related because anytime you can get Demaryius Washington in here, you're going to say yes, please.
Yes.
But when you talk about 6'5", and one thing that really rang my bell right there is you said 45-inch vertical. Michael Jordan in his prime had a 44-inch vertical. So we're talking about that kind of an athlete at 6'5", and we hear the catchphrase that's been popular over the last 3 years or so about catch radius. And you hear Patrick Mahomes now working with bigger, taller wide receivers, and he made the comment, he said, I can throw a ball that's not great, they still catch it.
And that's what you're looking at now with a new quarterback. He has the luxury of having somebody like that.
Yeah, and I think that's what we were missing. We have a lot of different type of receivers. A-Love was the closest thing we could go and play above the rim, so to say. But D-Wash is a little bit different because not only can he jump like that, he has great body control to go with that. So it's a great compliment to the receivers that we already have with Jarrell Kelly, Jr., as well as Fast Ed. You know, smaller, quicker, faster type guys. Now we have that great compliment. And you'll see tonight we have a secret weapon we'll be bringing out in Detroit playing some receiver as well.
Okay.
So he's lobbied all year and last year, but we actually got him in practice here this year, started him to learn the system, and now he's going to get his opportunity tonight.
You're the king of teasers. I love it. That should sell tickets right there. So let's talk about the Predator and what he is going to be back in the mix now, along with Dwayne Autry. I'm excited for this defense. I think this defense did all they could to kind of hold down the fort during these last two games. Now those guys get to come back. They're going to shore up that middle. And they're utility guys, right? I mean, you look at these guys, they're hybrids. You talk about people like Tyrann Mathieu that, is he a corner, is he safety, is he a linebacker, depends on situation. These two guys give you the flexibility to do that.
Absolutely. And then tonight you'll see, like I just said with Detroit, he'll play some receiver, and he'll be at his normal safety spot. But Autry, you're going to see him play all over the place. He's going to play linebacker. He's going to play corner. He's going to play safety. He's going to kick return for us. So when you get those type players back, you can do more as a defense and a special teams. And then their willingness to not be selfish and say, oh, I just want to play this one spot. That's the piece that I was extremely excited about when we recruited him and got him. He can play every spot, and Wayne, he just want to play. Yeah. He doesn't care. I mean, like I said, he's one of the ones in the morning that's super excited to be at practice. So definitely happy to have him back. He brings that juice. But when you bring back the Predator, I mean, that is the heart and soul of this team. His recruiting is basically how we got most of these ball players here. He handpicked these guys, and now basically we started off 3-0, and then all the stuff happened there. We got past that. We're going to move past it. We're going to learn from it. But those guys right there that's coming back is going to lead us into where we're going now.
That was my next question. You just kind of drug us in there. Was this game here tonight is important. Every game is important, and you want to win. How important is this game, though, when you look at X's and O's? You're breaking in a new quarterback under your system with a new team and just kind of building that chemistry, because after tonight, you look at the next three games, it's right now as we set coming into this game, the top three teams in the league. Your next three games are Billings at home next week, and then you have Sioux City on the road, then you have Omaha on the road. You not only have a chance to solidify a playoff spot, but you have a chance here to climb the ladder and get back where you belong, right?
Well, absolutely. I mean, right now we're scraping the bottom right now. So we dug ourselves a little bit of a hole, and all of it self-inflicted. I'm not going to sit here and make excuses. I mean, it happened. It is what it is. But the thing that I love about this team is the leadership. These guys understand that. We're not looking past anybody. We have to get ready to go against a good Rapid City team, because Magic, Coach Deli is going to have those guys ready to go, and they're going to have some different schemes. I already know. They always do. But, yes, these next four games are going to decide where we're going to be toward the end of the year. Are we going to make the playoffs? Are we not going to make the playoffs? Are we going to be a number 1 seed? Are we going to be a number 4 seed? These next four games are very, very important. We practice like that this week. We had the best practice of the year on Thursday, and the last time we had a practice like that, a guy got signed to the CFL. So I was like, hopefully we could keep going with that thing, but it didn't happen so far. But definitely happy with the attitude of the team, the ownership group, understanding what happened, understanding, yes, this is a new quarterback coming in. He's not Tyree, especially not now. Just remember Tyree in his first game, it started an infant, and then he kind of grew into the position of what we wanted him in toward the end of the year. Well, at the end of the year, he's the best quarterback in the league. So I do believe Vincent has that capability and that ability, but it's going to take time. And we're understanding of that it's a new scheme, new system, like you said, new team. But I'm supremely comfortable with him. He's a worker. He's a grinder. He's with us after every practice. He has come back to the office. We've watched film. We went through different things on the board. he's one of those throwback quarterbacks. Like I told him, I haven't had a quarterback like that since Chris Dixon. So definitely happy to have him here and his work ethic. Hopefully it plays and do what it needs to do this week and continue to grow.
I'm excited. Back-to-back home games here at Tony's Pizza Event Center. It starts with tonight, the expansion Rapid City Marshals. That's Coach Ron O'Neill. Good luck to you. We will talk to you at halftime, sir.
All righty. Thanks for having me.
Back with more pregame. It's Salina Liberty football kickoff right around the corner after this on KINA.
It's spring cleaning time, and that means you should add one more little thing to your to-do list. Call Comfort Heating and Air for an HVAC clean and check. Our technicians will make sure your system is in tip-top shape, so when warm weather arrives, your AC will be ready. That means cleaning your coils, checking Freon levels, double-checking all electrical connections for safety, even changing your filters. With locations in Salina and Clay Center, we are the company that cares. Comfort Heating and Air.
You can rely on the company that cares. We're Comfort Heating and Air.
PRP, or platelet-rich plasma injection therapy, has received quite a bit of attention since its use by many professional athletes. Professional football players like Peyton Manning and Jamal Charles have used PRP therapy for sports injuries and to avoid surgery. But you don't have to be a world-class athlete with millions of dollars for this cutting-edge therapy. PRP is available to you in the Salina Pain Clinic. Call the doctors for a consultation and see if this treatment is right for you. See them at 200 South 5th in the Salina Surgical Arts Center.
K4 Trailer, RV and truck accessories in Salina has been selling every type of trailer and customizing the baddest trucks in central Kansas for 24 years. Now K4 is your local dealer for the fastest growing equipment trailer company known as Iron Bull. Plus Sundowner's newest line of toy haulers, Blazer. K4 is one of the largest stocking trailer dealers in Kansas. K4 also services what they sell and will help you hitch and go. K4 Trailer, RV and truck accessories on West State Street in Salina and K4TrailerSales.com.
Show Construction does metal roofs. Show Construction offers residential, commercial, and ag metal roofing. Show offers designer ribbed steel, standing seam, screw-down panels, or stone-coated steel. Show Construction has financing available with low monthly payments. When it's time for a new metal roof, remember Show Construction. We'll travel to you and provide free estimates. Call 833-2007. That's 833-2007. Google us, showroofing.com, or find us on Facebook. Show Construction, the company your neighbors trust.
You're listening to Salina Liberty Football on KINA Sports.
Welcome back here to Tony's Pizza Event Center as we round out the last 2 minutes of Countdown to Kickoff. It's brought to you by Comfort Heating and Air. Things are heating up. And Russ, today's the last day of April. That means tomorrow we begin a whole new month of May. And you know how summer can be in Kansas. You want to make sure your air conditioner is ready to go for the heat ahead. Call Comfort Heating and Air for an AC clean and check. Also want to get that filter changed out while they're there as well. And be ready to help your air conditioner fight the harsh Kansas summer ahead. Liberty and Marshals, Salina versus Rapid City, an expansion team here with the Rapid City Marshals coming into battle this Salina Liberty. This one should be a good one. We're looking forward, of course, to Liberty football because of the bye week last week, and also just kind of the sour taste that was left in the mouth of Liberty fans coming into this bye week. 2 straight losses. It's the first time since 2019 this franchise has lost back-to-back games. Although, with a grain of salt, like I told Coach Ron O'Neill, it was against the top 2 teams as we sit right now in the league in Sioux City and Billings. They'll have a chance to avenge those losses coming up in the next 3 games after tonight. But tonight you have to take care of business.
Yeah, you got the expansion Rapid City Marshals coming into town, and they
which way you want to kick?
You know, on film looked good early in the year, looked promising. They've kind of fallen off and been on a hard road per se as coming in as now they come into Salina. And you mentioned it, Devin. Salina coming off 2 straight losses against Billings and against Sioux City. We're in those games really the whole time without 2 key defensive players and without, the most importantly, first ballot head coach Ron O'Neill. Everybody's back tonight. The energy is different now. You come off a bye week, but it's almost like they've hit the reset button after the last 2 weeks, and they come in now, and the energy in here from the players, from the coaches, is eccentric right now.
Brian Berner on the field. Brian, I will let you correct something that Russ just said. He said everybody is back tonight. That's not true because we ran into Tracy Brooks before the game, and he gave us an exciting update. What the former MVP have to say to you before the game?
Yeah, Tracy indicated his recovery is further along than a lot of us had anticipated. He's kind of given us a timeline that within these next couple weeks he could be back. And you don't ever want to count Tracy out, but I think there's going to be some other people that will have a little say-so in that. But I think as far as Coach O'Neill goes, get him back, get yourself into the playoffs, have a Tracy Brooks in there. That'd be a great thing to have. Another thing, the excitement down here on the bench, you can tell the boys are all back together again.
We're going to have you do quarter interviews tonight, Brian, just like they do in the NBA playoffs, so be ready for that. By the way, you weren't in the production meeting earlier. We just decided that. So Tracy took his brace off, and he had been cut basically in surgery from elbow to wrist, but he said, I might be back next week.
Yeah, it's scary to think about that.
We are ready to go. Michael Pursley puts the football across the turf. It's going to go up against the wall, and that's what Pursley does best, right? I mean, he comes out, he eliminates the chance for return, and that ball just kept going end over end, went up against the wall, and Rapid City does not have a chance at a return.
Yeah, and it's almost interesting there. Rapid City lined up 4 across the 10-yard line, and then they went 2-2 at about the 20 and the 5. And the 2 up men, per se, at the 20 were clear against the wall. So the middle of the field was wide open, and Pursley did a great job of going right through the middle and curving that ball out of bounds at the 10-yard line.
Dwayne Autry's out there with his bright yellow chartreuse-colored glove, demanding the presence of this crowd early on here on the opening drive of the game on first down at Tony's Pizza Event Center. Autry will come up in press coverage. 2 of the outside receivers, 1 on each side in motion. Here's a pass thrown up, and it's going to be dropped. Detroit had a chance at that. Detroit Matthews now will do push-ups in the middle of the field, Brian. That ball was a dead duck. The Predator had a chance at an interception, and he just flat dropped it, and Kendrick Harper there to make sure he completed his push-ups in fine form.
Yeah, K-Hop was just staring him down. That ball was just primed for the taking, and I think it's one of those things, maybe it's just being gone at 3 weeks that you kind of lose touch.
Autry still demanding the presence of this crowd. We're going to see him all over the place tonight. Here's a run off to the right-hand side. The Liberty gashed by that run a little bit for 9 yards. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 1. Matthews still beating himself about the face because of that dropped interception. He is back. Dwayne Autry is back. Offensive and sometimes defensive lineman Stephen Fluker, and also Hall of Fame coach Ron O'Neill back after serving what were bogus suspensions.
Yeah, and you go back to that first play, Devin, and Travis Taylor, Keenan Gibbs, Shaq Bradford up front, able to get pressure early on the first pass of the game.
2 guys in motion once again. They're going to try a quarterback sneak, and this is going to be slammed back. The door is shut as the Rapid City Marshals try a quarterback sneak up the middle. They only needed 1.5 yards, and they are pushed backwards and denied. 4th down coming up for the Marshals.
And that's something you don't see a lot of teams try to do against this Salina Liberty defense. With those front 3 I just mentioned, who can rotate that play 4 or 5, sometimes 6 guys, they go 3 for 3 in and out. And Keenan Gibbs up the middle, a new guy here in Salina this year, has been nothing short of amazing in these first few games.
Rapid City will not bring out their kicker, Melissa Strother. They will leave her on the bench and go for it here. 2 guys in motion on the right-hand side. Crossing route, batted away. In there with the left hand, Dontre Matthews. Detroit comes in and he ascends for his mistake earlier on, and he chucks the helmet up against the back wall as he is able to turn it over on downs, and the Liberty offense will take the field.
Before you take the play here, comes out on offense for Salina. You make a mistake, you make a play. Not saying the Predator made a mistake on that interception, but he dropped it. That's a mistake in his eyes. He comes back and makes an incredible defensive play right there to hold him on 4th down.
Here comes the Liberty offense, and for the first time, Liberty fans and us will get a chance to see Vincent Espinoza. Lincoln University, he's 6'3", 215 pounds. This is his first start in indoor football. We'll give you more of his history coming up. They pass right away out to A. Love, and Anthony Love gets back to the line of scrimmage on a little bubble screen, and then no more from that. So Espinoza spent some time in Iowa with the Barnstormers, Brian. He set the bench, was number 2 for a long time, took about 20 snaps up there, but this is his first start, and Coach Ron O'Neill really likes this kid. He thinks he has a great upside.
Yeah, I just talked to him before he took the field, and his thought was, I asked him, did they simplify the playbook? He goes, a little bit, but he goes, this is week 1 for me, I'm ready.
Here's Espinoza, passes it to a receiver, Ed Smith, and it goes right through his hands. That's not going to help the new quarterback as it is incomplete, and now 3rd down and 9. Coach Ron O'Neill told me off the air when we did the coaches show on Monday, something I thought was interesting. He said when they're looking at a quarterback, they will actually send the playbook to the quarterback before they even get him signed. And then they're going to know whether the quarterback is interested and if they can handle the system. And they're also going to know, quizzing them, if they can handle the system.
And when you're a quarterback getting a playbook from a Hall of Famer, why would you not want to come here?
Here's an offsides by Rapid City. They jumped way offsides. There's no flag on the play. Espinoza rolls out. They finally throw the flag, and it's going to be complete down to the 5-yard line. Ed Smith makes the catch. They're going to give him forward progress inside of the 5 as the flag finally came out. Now we have to check and see what the call is on the field, but that was an obvious offsides on the defense.
Yeah, and it looked like the far line judge on the side was digging in his pocket. I don't know if he left something in the locker room. At the time, you know, the flag is important. You know, we go back to a few weeks ago when we were in Billings. We saw very few flags early in that game. So I don't know if he was up there and thought, I don't need to bring it. These teams are pretty clean. But nonetheless, penalty be declined. 1st and goal for Salina.
Nose of the football setting at the 3. That's what forward progress from Ed Smith was advanced to. 1st and goal now inside of the 5 for the Liberty on their opening drive. Here is motion now. And they're going to call illegal procedure against the Liberty. That'll back them up now to the 8.
5-yard penalty.
And for the first time here on the left-hand side in motion, we saw D. Washington. This guy is a dog. I mean, IFL football, when you look at him, you heard Coach Ron O'Neill, if you turned into pregame, say he broke the record as he played for Ron O'Neill in Colorado with the Crush in the IFL receiving yardage.
And one thing he said off the air is he is 6'5", 205. And you can't teach or coach 6'5", 205. So just a natural athlete out there on the field.
Washington will go to the left-hand side. He'll be in motion again. Espinoza takes the snap. Little read option. He hands it off to Gould, and he gets his shoelaces yanked and gets tripped up for no gain on the play. Actually, maybe even lost a yard there, as it will be 2nd and goal now from the 9-yard line. Tonight, the Liberty wearing their crisp white jerseys with blue numerals. It's a Columbia blue outlined in dark blue. Those dark blue Navy helmets set atop of their heads. The Marshals in their red jerseys, black pants, and silver helmets. Some of them have Marshall logos, some of them do not.
Also, some of their players' last name do not match the player in the jersey.
Okay. 2nd down and goal from the 9. Here's a little crossing route. It's Anthony Love. A-Love reaching towards that goal line, and then he has to tuck it away as he got sandwiched between 2 defenders. He's going to take it all the way down inside of the 1, where it will be 3rd down and goal from the half-yard line.
And I think this is a point right now where Tristan Gould, where we've seen him he is very hard to bring down. That shoestring tackle is probably the first time we have seen that happen all year. We talked with Coach off the air that we wanted to see Kelvin McCoy kind of, maybe getting the ball here, but we're not going to see that this early.
Espinoza under center, quarterback sneak, reaches out, breaks the plane, touchdown Liberty. 9:08 left to go, and the Liberty in the first quarter get the first touchdown of the game, and Ron O'Neill walks off the field satisfied as his new quarterback leads a touchdown drive to open the game.
And you have one drop there early by Ed Smith, which if you pay attention to Salina football, we don't see very often. And a great job there by the offense to kind of gather themselves, get down the field. They got down inside the 5, had the false start, backed up, and just a great job by Espinosa there to run the offense, to get down and knowingly finish it off for the touchdown.
Michael Pursley on for the point after. The snap will come from Southpaw center, Calvin McCoy. Here's the snap back. Placement is down after a beautiful snap from Kelvin, and the extra point is up and good. By the way, the holder on that play was Espinoza. That'll bring us to our first media timeout. We are off and running in Salina. Tony's Pizza Event Center, the Salina Liberty, coming off their bye, lead the Rapid City Marshals with 8:22 left to go in the first quarter. 7-0 Salina, right here on KINA.
The Tony's Pizza Event Center is open for business and ready to welcome you. Whether you have a group of 12 or 1,200, our staff can help you plan the perfect event. With 8 meeting rooms and over 18,000 square feet, the Great Plains Manufacturing Convention Hall has plenty of room for your conference, trade show, wedding, or banquet, while our in-house food and beverage team can craft the menu to suit any event. Schedule your personalized tour today by calling Tony's Pizza Event Center or visit Tony'sPizzaEventCenter.com.
This is a great time to get your business ready for summer with BizSwag in Abilene. Get your logo in front of potential clients and add a personal touch to koozies, coolers, hats, and t-shirts. Plan for wedding season with save the dates, invitations, koozies, and cups for that special day. Need help or suggestions? Give us a call. There are hundreds of things that we can utilize to market your business or event. At BizSwag, we are passionate about promotions, and promoting your business is our business. BIZSWAG. See us on Facebook. Your quote is free.
It's spring cleaning time, and that means you should add one more little thing to your to-do list. Call Comfort Heating and Air for an HVAC clean and check. Our technicians will make sure your system is in tip-top shape, so when warm weather arrives, your AC will be ready. That means cleaning your coils, checking Freon levels, double-checking all electrical connections for safety, even changing your filters. With locations in Salina and Clay Center, we are the company that cares. Comfort Heating and Air.
You can rely on the company that cares. We're Comfort Heating and Air.
You're listening to Liberty Football on KINA.
Back here at Tony's Pizza Event Center. My name's Devin Haney, along with Russ Kossel. Brian Berner is on the field. Big Sam Pretty producing and engineering at Eagle Radio Salina. It's the KINA studios where we are bringing you Liberty Football. I want to remind you the video product that you may be watching tonight is not a product of Eagle Communications. We are just simply providing the audio for this broadcast. Glad you could tune along. Of course, we will be keeping track of other games going on tonight. One of them, a big one, right? It's the biggest one in this league, really. When you look at it, it's history. It is everything. It is the Beef of Omaha visiting the Bandits of Sioux City. That is set to kick off at Tyson Event Center in Sioux City in about 16 minutes and 20 seconds. Liberty lead this one 7-0. They're trying to get back in the mix where they can do battle with all those top three teams. Right now it is Sioux City, Billings, and Omaha, 1-2-3. Here's the kick. Pursley puts it off the bounce at the 9, goes into the goal line, into the end zone, and it's going to be returned here by the Marshals out to the 13. And the return man will run into Tyrell Green, right?
Yeah, I think you're correct there. Yep. And that was something we saw.
Corey Hurd also there, excuse me.
In this Salina team on their special teams, kickoffs have kind of struggled. The kickoff coverage, Michael Pursley has been doing a great job, but the coverage has kind of struggled a little bit throughout the year. So a great job there to hold them inside the 15-yard line.
First down and 10 for the Marshals, their second possession of the game. Early movement, a fumble back into the end zone. The Marshals trying to get rid of it, and Dontre Matthews again, Brian Berner, had a chance. That one was way up there on the elevator. That would have been a spectacular catch, but still thrown in the area.
It was up there, but I think the expectation that we're hearing from the bench is, how does he miss that? They see what he's able to do day in and day out, and honestly, I'm shocked he was able to get up there. Thought he could bring that thing down.
Second down and 10. Jake Johnson under center now. Little pump fake. Wants to go on the crossing route. It's thrown behind the receiver, and then Dwayne Autry slams on the brakes right at the last second, so he does not light up the intended receiver for the Marshals on the play. And now all of a sudden it is third down and 10 for our friends from Rapid City.
Yeah, this front three from Salina right now, Shaq Bradford, Keenan Gibbs, and Travis Taylor in there again, just wrecking havoc against these three offensive linemen. They're right tackle extremely undersized when it comes to a right tackle in this league.
Rapid City a third down and 10. They're going to load up the right-hand side. All three receivers over there. They have a running back trying to protect. Long pass down the middle of the field. It's up for grabs. And again, Dontre Matthews has it go off his gloves. He might have ruined a reception that time on an interception return for Tyrell Green. And now Green is upset because he had a clean beat on that play. Matthews came over and broke it up right in front of you, Brian, and now they're both upset.
Yeah, and now they're going. That's three. But, here's the thing. You want the interception, but at the same time, you put Rapid City back deep. They're not going to try to kick. The kicker doesn't have the leg to get it from this distance. I'm surprised they don't try to at least angle it out of bounds to at least try to pin Salina back. But it's another opportunity. This could turn into another great field position start for Salina.
Ron O'Neill out towards the hash marks, talking to the officials about something. Travis Taylor also out there asking about something. Now Dwayne Autry joins the conversation. Now Ron O'Neill backs up, and they're going to say, wait a second, timeout. Marshall, 5:36 left to go. We're going to take a 30 seconds with a big fourth down for Rapid City after this on KINA.
When you hire street plumbing, heating, and electric in Salina and Lincoln, you'll be making a great decision. Providing full-service plumbing and HVAC, they have the knowledge and skills to get the job done right the first time. They work with you throughout the project to ensure you get the personalized service you deserve from licensed and insured technicians. Excellent customer service in Central Kansas since 1985. The experienced team will clean the premises once the job is done. Street Plumbing, Heating, and Electric. Know them better at streetphe.com.
The Liberty plays here. Salina's sports station is KINA.
After a second thought, Rapid City is going to kick it here from their own 6-yard line. Back deep, Kendrick Harper for the Liberty. Strother will put her foot into the ball, and it will curl off to the left-hand side and go out of bounds at about the 14-yard line, and it will be placed at the 25-yard line. A fan grabbed that football, Brian, as you look down that wall. I'm not sure if they're going to place this at the 14 because of the fan grabbing the football or bring it to the 25. What say you?
It looks like they'll go ahead and put it down. Well, now they're pushing it towards the 25.
Scrimmage kick went out of bounds.
So to me, it looked like the ball actually would have cleared the board without touching it. Please. So I'd say this would be a good position for Salina.
I'm going to have to defer with you there, Brian. He kind of extended full arms over the Doug Bradley trucking sign and kind of snatched that one back over real quick.
He's on the field.
He's a tall guy.
He's on the field. We're not. Kelvin McCoy will reach down with that left hand. The southpaw center for the Liberty will snap it back to Espinoza. Empty backfield. Espinoza looking downfield. Now he's going to go out left, scramble, and then just safely tiptoe out of bounds after a 3-yard gain at the 22-yard line. He takes it into Rapid City territory with 5:03 left to go here at Tony's Pizza Event Center in the first quarter as we are underway. Trucking right along, Liberty leading 7-0, and we are awaiting the start of other games across Champions Indoor Football. Of course, a big eye will be kept on Omaha and Sioux City tonight. I'm going to talk about that here in a little bit. 2nd down and 7. Here's the give. Tristan Gould breaks through. Second level. 15, 10. Colliding with bodies. His hat pops off. He gets up smiling. He's at the 9, where it's 1st and goal for the Liberty. What a run by Tristan Gould.
Yeah, and Tristan Gould, just an outstanding physical running back. Him and Trey Griffin, polar opposites when you have each of them in the game. Trey, shifty and gets on the outside and makes a move. Gould looking for contact up the field.
2 guys in motion, 1 on each side. Give to Gould on a little delay. He's going to take it to the 5. His hat comes off again. Indoor football doesn't have the rules like other football. If your helmet pops off, you get to check out of the game. Tristan Gould continues to stay in there, but he might want to shore that chin strap up a little bit.
Yeah, tighten that baby up just a little bit. If you're going to feed me the ball 4 times, you can guess right here Salina has no interest in bringing the field goal unit on when they get 1st and goal inside the 10.
Nose of the football at the 5. Calm that field goal talk. It's only 2nd down. 2 receivers on the right-hand side. Gould still in the backfield. Espinoza will pitch it out to him. He'll plant that outside foot, cut back in, and he will lose a yard on the play. Nice pursuit that time by the Rapid City Marshals as they come through. Those are some clean-looking unis the Marshals are wearing tonight. The red, the black, the silver, I'm a fan.
Yeah, you can see them real easy. You know, they wear them red uniforms at home up in Rapid City and got the red turf. Might be a little more difficult to read, but they are exactly clean uniforms.
So are you saying it's kind of like the Boise State where they wear the home blues, the all blues at home on the blue turf?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Little camouflage accent?
Yes.
Like it. 2 guys in motion on the left-hand side. Espinosa looking that way. He's going to unload it to D. Washington. He's going to catch it, stretch it out, and come up just short. He's just inside of the 1-yard line as Demaryius Washington. He wants to be called D.
Short of the goal line.
We will oblige and call him D-Wash. He gets it just inside of the 1, where now it is 4th down and goal. They're going to say he actually hit the wall to 2.
Yeah, it looked like D-Wash tried to plant that foot and come back in and try to save his energy from getting into the wall to reach across, trying to plead to the officials that he did reach across. Nonetheless, a big 4th down here, 4th and goal from the 2-yard line.
No look to the bench to bring out Michael Pursley in the kicking unit. They're going to load up the right-hand side. All 3 receivers on the right. Espinoza has a free play. It's offsides. They're going to blow this one dead. Either this will be an early movement on the offense that I wasn't able to see from our luxury suite here at Tony's Pizza Event Center, or
offside.
The defense was so far offsides that it was unabated to the quarterback.
Yeah, and that's exactly what Craig the White had just called. Clearly, all 3 of them had unabated to the quarterback.
Did you just give him a character name? Craig the White Hat.
Craig the White Hat. That's what we call him from now. I don't know his last name. I do know his first name's Craig. He does a great job with this crew he brings to Salina.
We're glad Craig's back because he quit.
Yeah. You know, they were gone.
We were ready to walk out with them.
They were gone. We were gone with them. Now we're back.
Nobody would have cared that we left, though.
I would have.
That's the awesome thing about it. Brian would have stayed. So they're going to replay this. Half the distance to the goal is about the length of a football. Handed off to Tristan Gould. He meets a DB and he demolishes said defensive back. Holy cow, what a collision. at the 1-yard line. Tristan Gould won that battle. Kelvin McCoy comes up with the football as the Liberty take a 13-0 lead. Brian, you were on the opposite end of the field, and you could hear that big blow-up.
That was just a man running over boys at that point in time. It was, the incentive was there to get across that goal line on that 4th down play. Again, I'm going to go back to what I said before the game started. These guys are focused, and they're excited to be back together as a team. So far, it's showing.
Point after from Pursley. Espinoza has the snap. Kelvin McCoy, kick is up, kick is good. Pursley is 2 for 2.
Said defensive back Antoine Smith that got ran over.
He's a veteran. He's been around for a while.
Media.
If it's the Antoine Smith
Media
that I know
timeout.
to be the Antoine Smith, he's been around for a while.
Yeah, and meet Tristan Gould, rookie to the league.
Where are we at here? We got a media timeout. Have we decided? Brian says yes. 1:15 left to go in the first. 14-0. Salina leading over the Rapid City Marshals. Got a 90-second timeout coming your way right here on KINA.
Are you ready to be where the action is? Tony's Pizza Event Center has upcoming events for every member of the family. The British Invasion Live on stage takes you back to the 60s. The Jam & J Lamont Comedy Show introduces us to the human iPod. And yearly favorite Salina Comic-Con. More shows to be announced. Go to Tony'sPizzaEventCenter.com for the latest upcoming events, schedule, and ticket information.
Don't go another day with roof problems. Ryan Roofing will provide you with the world's best roof, the Durolast roofing system, custom prefabricated to fit your specific building. Your Durolast roof will be leak-free with virtually no maintenance. It's resistant to fire, high winds, chemicals, and temperature extremes. Plus, there are potential energy savings versus traditional roofing. Ryan Roofing has installed over 10 million square feet of Durolast roofing. Trust Ryan Roofing to solve your commercial roofing needs. Call for a quote today, 825-0475.
PRP, or platelet-rich plasma injection therapy, has received quite a bit of attention since its use by many professional athletes. Professional football players like Peyton Manning and Jamal Charles have used PRP therapy for sports injuries and to avoid surgery. But you don't have to be a world-class athlete with millions of dollars for this cutting-edge therapy. PRP is available to you in the Salina Pain Clinic. Call the doctors for a consultation and see if this treatment is right for you. See them at 200 South 5th in the Salina Surgical Arts Center.
You're listening to Salina Liberty Football on KINA Sports.
75 seconds left to go before the end of the first quarter. I want to remind you, every Monday we have the Coach Haran O'Neill Show. Best damn coaches show in the league, if I don't say so myself. It's at AJ's in the Alley, downtown Salina. They have big 29-inch pizzas.
I was there today, Devin, all day for a function for a family, and we had 9 of them 29-inch big pizzas on the table.
That's it.
That's too much.
How many inches is that? Do the math real quick. But we do it from 5:30 to 6:30 every Monday. We talk to Coach Haran O'Neill. We talk to a player. And then we have a surprise segment 3 that nobody knows who we're going to interview. Here's a kickoff by Michael Pursley, taken by Rapid City back at the goal line. He'll bring it out to the 5, to the 9, and then Tron Folsom says, "Sir, you are done with this return. You will have no more." And Rapid City, right now, Brian, their biggest struggle is field position. As I know, Coach Haran O'Neill has not been happy with the coverage team for the Liberty. They look pretty sharp tonight.
Yeah, the coverage team that time did a much better job than the time before. But I look at this Rapid City team. They're not going to give up, but they're not as big and physical as a lot of the other teams that we've seen so far in this league. That's going to be something when they face these higher level teams like Salina.
Here's the read option. Jake Johnson will keep it. He'll go out to the left-hand side and have to deal with a couple of defensive backs. Actually, one defensive back in Travis Taylor. The first guy there was Tyrell Green, and he will hit him and keep him to a 3-yard gain. So Coach's Show every Monday. AJ's in the Alley. How many pizzas did you get today? 29-inch pizzas. You got how many?
Got 4.
And then how many inches was that total?
116 inches worth of pizza.
That's a lot of pepperoni. We're there 5:30 to 6:30. You're welcome to come out, attend in person, or you can also listen here on KINA or get the video product on YouTube. Just remember, I have a face for radio, so don't be dazzled. Coach Haran O'Neill, though, by the way, just kills it.
Yeah,
just kills it.
Just great. As we've
first ballot Hall of Famer.
Reached the end of the first quarter here.
14-0. Salina leading. At the end of 1, Rapid City with a 2nd down and 7 when we come back. You're listening to Liberty Football, and it's brought to you by Salina Medical Aesthetics here on KINA.
When pests have become too much, it's time to call Hassman Termite and Pest Control. With staff having over 150 years of combined experience, we offer all services for structural pests: termites, ants, roaches, spiders, crickets, mice, and bed bugs. In our 60th year of our family serving yours, give us a call or visit us on the web at hassmantermite.com or see us on Facebook.
Spring is here, and that means more time outdoors with your favorite beverages from Salina Wholesale Liquor. More time outside means more barbecues and time on the go. Perfect time to pack our portable wines and ready-to-go cocktails. We also have a great selection of new seltzers and a huge selection of wine and whiskey. Spring in and save big now at all 3 locations. In Salina at Sam's Club, off 9th Street behind Cadova, and on the corner of Iron and Ohio. We have better prices, we're close and quicker. Salina Wholesale Liquor.
K4 Trailer, RV and truck accessories in Salina has been selling every type of trailer and customizing the baddest trucks in central Kansas for 24 years. Now, K4 is your local dealer for the fastest growing equipment trailer company known as Iron Bull. Plus, Sundowner's newest line of toy haulers, Blazer. K4 is one of the largest stocking trailer dealers in Kansas. K4 also services what they sell and will help you hitch and go. K4 Trailer, RV and truck accessories on West State Street in Salina and K4TrailerSales.com.
You're listening to Liberty Football on KINA.
Here we go back here at Tony's Pizza Event Center. Start of the 2nd quarter. It is 14-0 Salina Liberty, as they are off to a good start, coming off their bye week, looking to get back on the good side of things. Right now at 2-2 in league play, 3-2 overall, and chasing after the top 4. Here's Johnson over the middle. And it's picked off. Tron Folsom has it. He's going to house this ball. 10-5, touchdown. Tron Folsom just snatched that football out of the air and went all the way down the right-hand sideline, and now the defense celebrates. The ball goes in the stands. Everybody's having a party. And the Liberty, all of a sudden, to start the 2nd quarter, a pick 6 from Tron Folsom. And Russ, this is just snowballing right now for Tron. I'm not sure there's a defensive guy that played any better against Sioux City than what Folsom did.
Yeah, and Folsom might be, right now, the defensive player maybe in the league as well as he played. Brian Berger, that ball looked like it was overthrown, and Tron just snatched that right out of the air.
Yeah, there was no doubt that was a big-time interception. He was in the right spot, but he had to be athletic to be able to get it back into the end zone for the pick 6.
Just an excellent job there by Tron Folsom, and we've seen him make plays all year. As now Michael Persley is on for the extra point attempt. Espinosa with the hold, the kicks up, and the kick is good by Michael Persley.
Persley is 3 for 3. The Liberty off and running 21-0. And we want to remind you during this break in between scores, Salina Liberty back at home next Saturday. And it's a big one. It's a chance to avenge one of their 2 losses, and it comes, as Coach Ron O'Neill would say, Billings.
Yeah, and Billings comes.
The Billings Outlaws.
And they come to town, and they might be one of the hottest, if not the hottest team coming in to this week and this year, really. And they got a player in, I'm not sure of his first name, but Donahue is his last name, at defensive end that just, for lack of better terms, destroyed this offensive line for Salina when we were up there just a short 4 weeks ago.
Charles McCollum, a quarterback, also pretty good. Pretty good. So you look at Billings, they're probably one of the really surprises this year. It's a franchise that's been around forever, but they're an expansion team this year just like Rapid City. But, man, they're doing it right. They lost their first game of the season on the road at Sioux City. It's nothing to be ashamed of. You go into Tyson Event Center, you come out with a win. That is something special. They lost their first game ever against Sioux City. Since then, though, they have rolled off 3 in a row, and they are 3-1, including victories over Salina and Omaha last week.
Yeah, and I brought that up to Coach. I said, are you surprised? I talked to him earlier, and I said, are you surprised at how well Billings doing, being they're an expansion team? He goes, on paper, they're an expansion team, but they are going to always be a force to be reckoned with in this league.
Persley's kick is trouble again for Rapid City as it goes to the 5-yard line.
The rule of the field is a free kick
and
at the field
right
play,
Taco John's
and then the
side.
wall.
Kelvin McCoy told me on Coach's show
5-yard
Monday.
line. First down, Rapid
Taco John's
City.
is a sleeper. Ryan, I'm not sure if you caught that or not, but he says every time he goes there, he knows that they will not put tomatoes on his
Yeah,
food.
It's all about, you guys accuse me of being high maintenance. I don't know if you would consider Kelvin high maintenance just from his size. It's, Kelvin, whatever you want, we will provide for you. But the man knows his food and his cuisine, so I would say it's a good choice.
Would it be safe to say he has a culinary tour?
He does.
Every day on the calendar, he goes somewhere special?
It's like routine.
Yes.
He's got it. He knows by the day of the week where he will be.
We'll have more from Kelvin. You'll get to hear those comments about our friends at Taco John's since 1969. That's coming up at halftime on the Precision Electric player profile. There's a run off to the right-hand side, a little delay play, and Rapid City will get 2 yards. Dwayne Autry over there to help into that play, along with our friend at defensive lineman Corey Hurd. Also over there, Shaq. Yep, that was Shaq playing left end right now. Trying to lean around and look at these numbers. Shaq Bradford over there at left end.
And with Dontre Matthews and Dwayne Autry back on this defense, it just looks like a totally different defense this week.
Another run. Here's Corey Williams wrapping up. Corey is a late entry into the lineup. Of course, each team can come in with 25 guys, but before kickoff, you got to scratch it down to 21. Corey was not supposed to play tonight, but because of some complications with somebody else on the roster, Coach O'Neill said, hey, Corey, I told you, don't give up on me. Don't give up on this team. You got to play tonight, bud. There he is. He's in there now.
Yeah, we've seen Corey make great plays as now Haran O'Neill trying to get the crowd into it. Man, it is nice to have the first ballot Hall of Fame head coach back on the field for this Salina team.
This feels right. Not that Carlos Cavanaugh or Jorge Martinez or anybody else did anything wrong. They held the ship. They had 2 really tough games to go against. Here's a quarterback sack. That's coming around the edge and eating is the former Coyote from K-Dub. It is Shaq Bradford as he came howling around the edge at a big quarterback sack and a loss of 7 on the play. It'll be 4th down for Rapid City back inside of their own 2. That was terrifying.
Yeah, and Brian, that was right in front of you. It almost looked like the right guard or right tackle let him go as the play was coming out to the left.
Well, I think Shaq just went so quick around. The offensive player tried to make him move back, but by that time, he wasn't going to be able to stop him. The quickness that Shaq Bradford brings to the table is just unbelievable.
They have a defensive and an offensive lineman in the backfield right now for an extra protector. Johnson has to get rid of it, throws it up. It's going down the field, and it is into the VIP. Corey Williams and K-Hop, the closest players to that. And there's a lot of heat coming on that time. And Rapid City felt the need that time to bring in a lineman to set off the right hip of their quarterback that time, Jake Johnson. And they still had problems keeping the Liberty defensive line out of there.
I told you, it's like a whole new defensive team with when Matthews and Autry having the last 2 weeks off for unforeseen reasons.
Did you just use air quotes when you said off?
Yes, I did. They had the off week the last 2 weeks, and now Salina gets the ball at the 2-yard line for what would be an easy upcoming maybe Tristan Gould or Trey Griffin touchdown.
Yeah, not 2 weeks. Basically 3 weeks.
Yep. Well, I'll come back to that. 3 receivers now on the left-hand side for Espinoza. He has a short field. It's 1st and goal at the 2. 10:09 left to go, second quarter. Espinoza back to pass, looking to the back. Has D-Wash, and Washington can't come up with it. He was right at the point where the ball on the backside starts to curve around that end zone to meet the sideline wall and just could not come up with the catch. So timeline-wise, they missed 2 league games, 1 non-league game. That was coach's decision. But when you look at the calendar, guys, and you count days, a month. They've been out for a month.
Yeah, just an extreme amount of time. And following those 2 guys on social media, they have not stopped working. They are always going to put in the work. We saw they might have been one of the first 2 on the field for warm-ups in this game.
They work as much as they talk.
Yes.
3 receivers to the left. Little fake pitch out. They come back to D-Wash this time, and he gets it. He was wide open. And Espinoza actually had his choice of 3 receivers all standing shoulder to shoulder that he could have went A, B, C, dropped it to any one of them, Brian. That was a great play design.
Yeah, and one of the players that you kind of missed was Demaryius Matthews was lined up over at the receiver spot on the far side. He was one of the 3 that was over and wide open. So kind of a new little little thing that Coach O'Neill has brought back with him is having Detre Matthews on both sides of the ball.
Espinoza will hold the snap from Kelvin McCoy. Michael Pursley will put his right foot into it and try to make this a 4-touchdown, 4 extra point game. Kick is up, and it is complete. 28-0. We come to a media timeout. Liberty all over
Media
Rapid City
timeout.
Marshals here at Tony's Pizza Event Center. You're listening and watching to Salina Liberty Football, brought to you by Salina Medical Aesthetics.
Salina Regional's Orthopedic and Sports Medicine is your home field advantage. Our physicians include sports medicine physician Dr. Matthew Pyle, along with orthopedic surgeons Drs. Travis Rump and Todd Riley, plus an A-team of certified athletic trainers and physical therapists. We are ready when you need us to help prevent injuries, enhance performance, or to heal through surgery and rehabilitation. For area athletes to weekend warriors, the home field advantage starts at Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine.
Oh my, what a fresh smell, and this entire place is so clean.
You would never guess our friend here is talking about a porta potty. Not just any porta potty. This is a portable bathroom from Salina Septic Service. Salina Septic Service is changing the game with higher standards of cleanliness and service. Porta potties don't have to be gross, so don't accept any less when you can have the best from Salina Septic Service. Now serving Hutch, McPherson, and the Gray Bend areas.
Spring is here, and Salina Medical Aesthetics knows you want to look your best for the sunny days ahead. Taking care of your skin is most important, and right now you can buy any vitamin C product at regular price and get 25% off any sunscreen. Treat those visible veins and get ready for short season with sclerotherapy, now just $175. Hydrofacials only $175. See Salina Medical Aesthetics Facebook and Instagram and look your best for outdoor adventures with the help of Salina Medical Aesthetics.
The Liberty plays here. Salina's sports station is KINA.
Welcome back to Tony's Pizza Event Center. 8:36 left to go here in the second quarter. 28-0 is our score. Liberty are not wasting any time, and I don't ever want to say that we knew this was going to happen, but it's kind of what we expected, right, guys? I mean, when you kind of get the feel, like I told Coach O'Neill, you're not going to throw the baby in the bathwater and the bathtub and everything out the window. This was a razor's edge of what's been going on with this team, and given the unforeseen circumstances that they've been dealing with, now everybody's back to full strength except for the MVP, Tracy Brooks, who is on the shelf of coming back. You could just tell. You can look at the bench right now. There's a lot of juice going on with this team.
I don't know how you said just as best as it could be.
Oh, Pursley kicks this one over the wall.
Free kick went over
Rapid
the wall
City's
in
going to
the
have
end
their
zone.
best field
Ball is
position
placed at
of the
25-yard
night
line.
25.
First
Omaha
down,
was leading
Rapid City.
7-0, Brian Berner, and then they were driving, or maybe Sioux City had the ball, now it's 7-7. If you're a Salina Liberty fan, which I think you are, who do you want to win this game? Right now, when you look at the standings, Sioux City is in first place. They're the only undefeated team. They're at 4-0. Omaha, as much as you may or may not like them, they're at 3-2. If you're a Liberty fan and you're looking out for your own well-being, who do you want to win this game?
Well, as much as you don't want to, I think you've got to root for Omaha because you want to try to bring Sioux City kind of back to the crowd a little bit. Get that loss there. Knowing that Salina has the ability to play both of those teams coming up, they, in a way, Salina controls their destiny. They win, and they put everybody else on the defensive side.
Two receivers on the right-hand side in motion for Rapid City. They started out the 25-yard line. They're going to complete a pass to the 5. I agree with you because Sioux City may get away from the rest of the league if they win this game and they remain undefeated. They go to 5-0. The only apprehension I'm having about that is Omaha doesn't play anybody. Yeah. After the game with Sioux City tonight, if they happen to win that game, their only difficult game left on the schedule is Salina.
Yeah, if you didn't listen to the coaches show Monday, that was something you and Huron O'Neill kind of touched on.
A little too much.
How weak their schedule is.
We touched that a little too much probably. Here is a ball that is almost dropped, but hauled in. What a great catch that time by Lakeem Christmas. Gifts for everybody on that one as he nearly got a first down, a half a yard away from the sticks. Now it is 3rd down and a football.
Okay, I'm going to go back to that schedule. Salina you want Omaha to win, because then if you beat Omaha at Omaha, you've got 2 wins over them. So that gets you that head-to-head advantage.
Third down and a football. Little read option play. Johnson stumbles his way inside the 15 for a first down. And Rapid City will keep the chains moving as now they are inside of the 15 at about the 13-yard line. Brian, that's the other thing that needs to be said, though, about a schedule that's tough. When you're in Salina's shoes right now, you're looking up at the people that you still get to play because you play a tough schedule.
Injury.
Your strength of schedule is probably number 1 in the league when you look at the games that you have remaining, because after tonight, you play the top 3 teams in the league. You play Billings next week at home. Right now, they sit at number 2 in Champions Indoor Football. Then after that, you play Omaha and Sioux City on the road, number 3 and number 1, respectively. So you have a chance, if you're Salina, you win this game tonight, and the next 3 weeks after tonight, you can climb that ladder and get back to the top spot.
Yeah, that's exactly right. You control your own destiny, and I don't, as much as we have questions about how this schedule is set up, I think Coach O'Neill, these guys, they want to play the best and toughest teams out there week in and week out, because that's how they, one, set the standard for Salina Liberty football, but it's going to make them better each and every week.
Have a player down for the Rapid City Marshals. It's Raphael Turner. He's been playing offensive line, defensive line, even lined up at running back as an extra protector for Jake Johnson, and he is limping off right now. Hopefully he is okay, and he will be able to return to this lineup for the Marshals. 6:23 left to go here at Tony's Pizza Event Center. 28-0 Liberty.
And Rapid City, if I'm not recalling, picking up their first down of the game?
Yes. First down and 10, just inside of the 15. Johnson back to pass. Here comes the heat. He steps up, delivers it to the end zone. It's picked off. Here comes Tyrell Green. Nope, it's Dontre Matthews. He caught one. Across the 15 to the 17. He's had 4 chances, and he finally gets one. But that's a big one, Brian, because we talk about it all the time. It's turnovers on first down, and that's what Rapid City just did as the Predator comes up with an interception, his first one of the night.
Yeah, there are times when it's going to be, Rapid City's putting themselves in a position where they're going to have to roll that dice to try to get back in this game, and that's the situation right there where D-Trey, he's not going to give up. He's always going to give you his best effort going out there. This time he was able to come down with it.
I thought the red, white, and blues, we had troubles reading the numbers, but these are much better. Those single digits, man, they're trouble.
Yeah, when they have those tight, small jerseys and get crunched up on the lower back pad of wide receivers, it makes it very difficult to read.
Of course, we're also far enough away from the field that we have to take oxygen from time to time, but that's another subject. First down and 10 for the Liberty. 2 wide receivers on the left-hand side in motion. They're going to go deep. Espinoza airs it out, has a guy, and it's off the fingertips of Ed Smith Jr. Fast Ed right there, as he was almost cashing that one in for 6.
Yeah, that ball may have been deflected by the defensive back just barely enough before Ed Smith got to it. But let's go back to that ball that Espinosa just threw. Ed Smith has not even come out of his break yet. The trust he has after being here for a week and a half to lob that ball up to the middle of the end zone, knowing Ed Smith is going to run that route and drop underneath of it. And that was a perfectly thrown ball.
Week and a half is strong. He has not been here that long.
Just giving him credit.
Yeah, I know. But I'm just saying, a week. 3 wide receivers on the left-hand side, empty backfield. It's a total of 4. They go in the middle of the field, and here's Dontre Matthews. Ryan, now your guy's catching everything. You got an interception. He's in on offense, playing receiver. Almost got a first down. They're going to move the chains. It is a first down. What's number 4 doing out there?
He's just having fun. That's what he's doing. He was so excited to be back out on the field tonight. Like you guys said, he didn't take time off while he was not able to suit up. Continues to work on his craft. He's one of the missing pieces of this puzzle.
3 wide receivers on the left. Espinoza will go back that way, close to a first down. They're going to be just a little bit short. Dontre Matthews, again, letting everybody know that he was open in the end zone that time, and Espinoza didn't find him. And they will say that's a first down. So Fast Ed on the left-hand side gets a first down for the Liberty. Clock continues to roll here. 3.5 minutes left to go in the first half.
And that's something the Salina team has done. They'll run guys deep and run one guy across the middle of the field to the far or near board and just nobody around him.
It's a staple.
Matthew was open right there, but Ed Smith was completely open for a 10-yard easy completion.
D. Washington back in there now. He'll go in motion. A little pump fake, a little shoulder shimmy, delay handoff, and it goes all the way to the end zone on the handoff from Trey Griffin. A flag on the play, and there was a big block, Brian, in the end zone. I'm not saying this is where the penalty came from.
Holding.
But there's a
Number
couple
one
reasons.
Offense. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot.
Yeah, and that's where I think
10-yard penalty spot
you
was
kind
foul.
of tell. It looked like you were thinking the same
First
thing.
down.
That open was a block by D. Washington. However, D had the defensive back wrapped up. That was where the holding came from.
And yeah, he did a great job initiating the contact, but he just could not keep his arms inside of the shoulders right there. And the D-back kind of tried to make a play, and D-Wash kind of got his arms around the outside and just able enough to hold him.
Veteran head coach Machachok for Rapid City, he's saying that ball should be moved back further. It's 1st and 11. They got penalized basically a yard other than losing the going to be airmailed to the corner over on the opposite side. And Ed Smith might have in the worst possible place to take one.
Yes. That call is confirmed.
Okay, so you go back to where head coach for Rapid City wanted the ball to be back farther. That is a spot foul. We're called right about 10 yards back, about the 4 yard line, and it's now back at the 14. So that is the correct spot of the football.
Espinoza with 4 wide receivers again, 3 of them on the left-hand side. He'll screen it out that way to A-Love. Here comes Anthony Love spinning through a double team. He's going to catch the ball and take it to the 10, where he is brought down. It will be now 3rd down and 7, just inside of the 10-yard line.
And go ahead, Brian.
Well, the thing about that, when Anthony caught that ball, he went to the inside. Had he sprung and twisted to the outside, that's where his blocking was along the numbers. He could have had a chance to get the 1st down or even potentially make it to the end zone.
1:35 left to go here in the first half. It's been a quick-moving first half. Liberty owning it so far, 28-0, and they're looking for more. 3rd down and 6 here. Espinoza, delay handoff again. Trey Griffin. Griffin will take it to the 5, where it's going to be 4th down and 2. Liberty can get a 1st down at the 3-yard line. Right now the ball will be placed at the 5, where it is going to be 4th down and 2, as Trey Griffin now getting some carries after Tristan Gould came in earlier and carried the first couple of series and also scored a touchdown from 1 yard away.
Yeah, and here's
1 minute warning.
Might run this down to the 1 minute
1 minute
warning.
timing rules are now in effect.
It is here.
Salina has
60-second
3
warning.
timeouts.
Brought to you by
Rapid
Salina
City
Medical
has
Aesthetics.
2.
28-0.
Media
Liberty back
timeout.
with a 4th down play for the Salina Liberty. Comes from the 5-yard line as they are looking to add more points to their 28-point total. Back with more after this from Tony's Pizza Event Center here on KINA.
Show Construction does metal roofs. Show Construction offers residential, commercial, and ag metal roofing. Show offers designer ribbed steel, standing seam, screw-down panels, or stone-coated steel. Show Construction has financing available with low monthly payments. When it's time for a new metal roof, remember Show Construction. We'll travel to you and provide free estimates. Call 833-2007. That's 833-2007. Google us, showroofing.com, or find us on Facebook. Show Construction, the company your neighbors trust.
The Tony's Pizza Event Center is open for business and ready to welcome you. Whether you have a group of 12 or 1,200, our staff can help you plan the perfect event. With 8 meeting rooms and over 18,000 square feet, the Great Plains Manufacturing Convention Hall has plenty of room for your conference, trade show, wedding, or banquet, while our in-house food and beverage team can craft a menu to suit any event. Schedule your personalized tour today by calling Tony's Pizza Event Center or visit Tony'sPizzaEventCenter.com.
This is a great time to get your business ready for summer with BizSwag in Abilene. Get your logo in front of potential clients and add a personal touch to koozies, coolers, hats, and t-shirts. Plan for wedding season with save the dates, invitations, koozies, and cups for that special day. Need help or suggestions? Give us a call. There are hundreds of things that we can utilize to market your business or event. At BizSwag, we are passionate about promotions, and promoting your business is our business. BIZSWAG. See us on Facebook. Your quote is free.
You're listening to Salina Liberty Football on KINA Sports.
4th down and 2. Liberty offense still on the field. Espinoza takes the snap, gives it to Griffin. He evades a tackler, and he'll get into the end zone. He went all the way to the corner, curled around everyone, and found enough daylight where he could squeak in between players and the wall. And Trey Griffin gets his first touchdown of the night. 34-0 now, Salina Liberty. And Brian, we talk about this all the time. We hear players say it doesn't matter how fast you are, that corner in indoor football just doesn't exist. I think Trey Griffin just proved him wrong.
Yeah, Trey was able to get out there. Big thing, he was able to keep his balance. He didn't touch the wall, didn't get knocked into it, got across that goal line, got the 6 points.
That's what a Blue Dragon does. Here's the extra point for Michael Pursley. He's trying to remain perfect, and he cannot as he misses that one. Now 4 of 5 on the evening, and with 57 seconds left to play, Salina Liberty lead at 34-0. As we check in on Omaha and Sioux City. Omaha was driving. Andrew Jackson threw a ball into the end zone. And the Sioux City defense made change on Mr. $20 bill as they were able to intercept it and bring it out. Sioux City now has the football. They are still tied up 7-7, 2:49 left to play in the first quarter.
And something new we see there is where it kind of got the Sioux City-Omaha game on the black turf up there in Sioux City, Iowa. The Liberty will travel up there in about 3 weeks, Devin, as we got Billing coming in here next week, and then travel to Omaha and then to Sioux City. So nonetheless, here in Salina, 34-0 Salina up on top of Rapid City as we approach halftime, 57 seconds left to go.
Extra point missed from Michael Pursley. Other than that, it's been, dare I say, almost a perfect first half for Salina. A couple of drop balls here and there early on, but I think things have settled in now for the Liberty.
And drop balls on the defensive side that haven't come back to haunt them per se, but the turnover game's so big in this indoor game that you want to capitalize on every turnover possible.
We're not talking about a lot as the kick from Pursley is going to be returned here from the 8 now to the 15. Rapid City will bring it to the 20, and that's it there. We're not talking about a lot, guys, because it is a 34-0 game. But remember who got the ball to start this game and what Salina has a chance to do here. Anyone?
So Salina could stop here, go 2 for 1, and get the ball to start the second half.
Yeah, Salina gets a stop, maybe even a score before half. They're also going to start out with the football.
I didn't say anything because I thought it was a trick question.
No.
Yeah, so did I.
I'm not here to trick anybody. That'd be mean and unthoughtful. Rapid City has the nose of the football at the 20-yard line. 52 seconds left to go. 34-0 Salina. Johnson back to pass. Little pump fake. Now dumps it off over the middle. It is dropped. Tron Folsom there in coverage. Dwayne Autry also lurking over the middle.
And you're in the 60-second timing rules now, so incomplete passes are going to stop the clock. Salina still has 3 timeouts left, so Huron O'Neill can still do a whole lot right here with this defense on the field.
Brian, you're going to talk to Coach O as he heads into the locker room at halftime. What do you think about his blue shoes?
Well, they're nice. They look fast, so my concern right now is, in my mind, can I catch him?
Yeah. Johnson back to pass, 2nd down and 10. Now he's going to run it. He's going to be hit as Tron Folsom holding down that middle linebacker spot. Is going to hold this for a gain of 5. Clock will stop with 37 seconds left to go. Now it's going to run. Now it doesn't look like Salina is interested in stopping this clock, guys.
I think this game's sitting at 34-0 and everything going in Salina's way. Huron O'Neill's not going to use a timeout here on 3rd down if you can to get it stopped, but I didn't foresee him taking a timeout early.
Rapid City's not in a hurry either. They can actually take this all the way down. There is a 1 second difference between play clock and game clock, and finally the Marshals will take a timeout
of the half.
with 12 seconds left to play. As we will keep it right here at Tony's Pizza Event Center. I want to remind you, Salina Liberty football returns next week as the Billings Outlaws will be in town. And that will be a good one next week here at Tony's Pizza Event Center. Tickets are available 24/7 on Tony'sPizzaEventCenter.com, or you can walk up to the ticket office during regular business hours, Monday through Friday. Select your seat and buy your tickets, or you can just wait till game day. Plenty of seats here at Tony's Pizza Event Center. It is about 6,500 people with the football set up, maybe almost 7,000.
And that is one game next week. Now that the Salina Liberty are at full strength, is one you are not going to want to miss.
No. 2 guys in motion, 1 on each side. Snap comes out slow to Johnson. He's going to deliver it over to the side, and the receiver had it, and then the ball pops straight up. Now we got a scrum at midfield. Oh, we got to break this one up in a hurry as Rapid City starting to get a little chippy there. Shaq Barrett, I think, got chopped down at the ankles as he was trying to turn the corner. And he took exception to that. And Ron O'Neal immediately in the face of his defense.
He pulled a Russ Costler there and said Shaq Bradford.
Sorry, yeah.
Right there. And, yeah, you're exactly right. You spotted that one head on. He got chopped down late, right at the knees. Just an absolute dirty play right there. And this is something as we well know that this Salina team is on focus for this league right now for some of these guys. So just got to stay under composure in a game right now that is completely in Salina's favor.
Big brother is always watching, right? 7 seconds left to go here in the second quarter. It is 4th down at midfield. Rapid City will go for it. They have 1 timeout remaining, but I don't know that that's a lot of concern right now with just 7 seconds on the clock. They're trying to just pick up a first down. Johnson, back to pass to the right-hand side. Picked up Dwayne Autry. The ball hawk has it. Look out, he's caught from behind, and he is down at the 20. Well, we're going to call it the 22-yard line, and they're going to say no time on the clock. And that will be the end of the first half.
Is here.
So Dwayne Autry gets an interception. Dontre Matthews gets an interception. And we go to halftime with a 34-0 score. Salina Liberty leading over the Rapid City Marshals. As Coach Ron O'Neal starts to head towards the locker room. Now he turns around, remembering that he's going to give some time to Brian Berner.
Coach, 34-0 right now at halftime. Offense is looking okay, but that defense, they've really stepped this thing up, other than the 3 drop balls by Dwayne Autry.
Well, no, the 3 drop balls by Detroit.
Oh, Detroit
dropped it. I mean, the thing that I like about it, though, is this is the first time we played with our whole defense since Omaha. So I like the way that they're actually communicating back there. I like what Correa is doing as well, coming in there as well, but our front is tough to beat. They're coming, they're bringing that pressure, and then what can you say about Tron? Tron is starting to understand what to do to get that pick 6 right there. That's 2 pick 6s. He's got more than my whole secondary combined.
Any adjustments for the second half?
Well, we're going to continue to do the same thing. I'm happy with what my quarterback is doing as well. The run game is doing well, but I do want to see a couple of different little things, and we'll continue to mix it up a little bit.
Sounds good. Good luck. Guys, back up to you.
Thank you very much, Brian Berner. We are at halftime. It's a 34-0 lead for the Salina Liberty as we are at halftime. It's brought to you by Precision Electric and Street Plumbing and Heating. If you need any kind of electrical work or plumbing work on your home or business, call the professionals at Precision Electric and Street Plumbing and Heating. Here at halftime, we will revisit an interview we had with Liberty Center and long snapper Kelvin McCoy. Monday on the Coaches Show from AJ's in the Alley. The Precision Electric player profile is coming up next as we are at halftime. 34-0. Salina leading over the Rapid City Marshals here at the break on KINA.
Are you ready to be where the action is? Tony's Pizza Event Center has upcoming events for every member of the family. The British Invasion Live on stage takes you back to the 60s. The Jam and Jay Lamont Comedy Show introduces us to the human iPod and yearly favorite Salina Comic-Con. More shows to be announced. Go to Tony'sPizzaEventCenter.com for the latest upcoming events, schedule, and ticket information.
Spring cleaning time, and that means you should add one more little thing to your to-do list. Call Comfort Heating and Air for an HVAC clean and check. Our technicians will make sure your system is in tip-top shape, so when warm weather arrives, your AC will be ready. That means cleaning your coils, checking Freon levels, double-checking all electrical connections for safety, even changing your filters. With locations in Salina and Clay Center, we are the company that cares. Comfort Heating and Air.
You can rely on the company that cares. We're Comfort Heating and Air.
Don't go another day with roof problems. Ryan Roofing will provide you with the world's best roof, the Durolast roofing system, custom prefabricated to fit your specific building. Your Durolast roof will be leak-free with virtually no maintenance. It's resistant to fire, high winds, chemicals, and temperature extremes. Plus, there are potential energy savings versus traditional roofing. Ryan Roofing has installed over 10 million square feet of Durolast roofing. Trust Ryan Roofing to solve your commercial roofing needs. Call for a quote today, 825-0475.
PRP, or platelet-rich plasma injection therapy, has received quite a bit of attention since its use by many professional athletes. Professional football players like Peyton Manning and Jamal Charles have used PRP therapy for sports injuries and to avoid surgery. But you don't have to be a world-class athlete with millions of dollars for this cutting-edge therapy. PRP is available to you in the Salina Pain Clinic. Call the doctors for a consultation and see if this treatment is right for you. See them at 200 South 5th in the Salina Surgical Arts Center.
When pests have become too much, it's time to call Hassman Termite and Pest Control. With staff having over 150 years of combined experience, we offer all services for structural pests: termites, ants, roaches, spiders, crickets, mice, and bed bugs. In our 60th year of our family serving yours, give us a call or visit us on the web at hassmantermite.com or see us on Facebook.
Think about the word precision. Precision represents quality and the fact of being exact and accurate. Isn't that what you want when it comes to electrical? Precision Electrical Contractors in Salina brings exact and accurate quality to electrical jobs in Central Kansas since 2003. Precision Electric's focus on quality and performance, combined with their experience and dedication, creates a winning set of finished products which saves their customers money. Don't rely on so-so electrical. Visit the team at Precision Electrical Contractors. Online at pecsalina.com.
This is the Liberty Halftime Report. Coming up, a first half recap, stats, interviews, and a look at other CIF games. Now let's head back to the arena for Liberty Halftime on KINA.
Ready? Let's go back to your roots a little bit. California guy, if I remember right. I took no notes about you. You've been around enough that I think I remember most of this stuff. But you're one of what I would call a Coach O'Neill original. So you've been with Coach O'Neill before Salina. When he said, I'm coming to Salina, and there was, some people in his Rolodex that he's going to call, you're one of those guys.
Yeah.
So you're hearing Coach O on the other end. You're hearing Salina, and what are you thinking? You were out in Dodge City with him, right, for a little bit? So you're going from western Kansas to what we call central Kansas. Some people still call this western Kansas. But what's your thoughts when you got the call from Coach O and he said, we're doing Salina next?
Honestly, I was already bought in. I definitely already wanted to experience another year with Coach O, just off of what we went through in Dodge City. I wish things could have ended a little better in Dodge City for us. That was a great town. I definitely love the fans and the atmosphere there. But when he told me he was making a move and asked me that I want to come along, I felt like it was a no-brainer for me, just because of the type of coach he is. And I felt like I had a lot more to grow in this league, and the people that he's already dealt with in the past, I felt like I couldn't go wrong,
So there's a few guys still Coach O originals that are around and on this team. You guys have had a chance to kind of absorb everything in and see some of the moving parts around you. Does it ever amaze you about what him and Coach Martinez are able to do with just things like Tyree Adams? He gets a chance to move on, go somewhere else. Now you see their real magic start to happen, right? And then, I mean, there's been times where I've seen from game to game, you got a new guy on your left, a new guy on your right, maybe snapping the ball to a new guy, but you're kind of the staple in the middle of that offense. What do you think about the way he recruits and the way guys have a tendency to gravitate towards them?
Man, honestly, Coach O has recruited some great players that I've been with since I've just been here with him in 2017. We've had guys come from NFL. We had guys come from CFL. We actually had my guy Kamali Matthews, who was with us in Dodge and came here in Salina. He actually had the chance to move up to the XFL one year and play in the fan control league as well. So just knowing the type of staple that he presents as a coach, I just feel like, man, it's no question. You can't even question his style, can't even question how he recruits or anything like that of the sort, just because the proof is in the pudding. And not only does he use it with his words, he definitely showed up.
Coach O'Neill's always trying to get guys to move on, right? He knows some of the guys, some of the merit you have, talent, hard work, things like that. He said a little bit about you early on. He thinks that you're destined for the next level. What are your goals? What do you want to do?
Oh, man, I'm going to be honest with you. I want to be better than Coach. I definitely love to play. I don't mind going to the next level and playing. I know in the long haul, though, I want to coach. I love the coaching scene. I love being around. And I want to be able to do what he has done and even more.
He mentioned that as well, that you have that a little bit destined with you. Talk about this offensive line, Kelvin. I just want to have a conversation with you because there's no secret. You're the anchor of this offensive line. You've had some pieces move around you the last few weeks because of uncontrolled circumstances. Things didn't go so well in Billings, but then all of a sudden I see you guys kind of flip the page, and you play extremely well at home against Sioux City. Talk about those two games and some of the things that you faced against two really good defenses.
Man, we just try to learn from our mistakes. We watch film. We try to correct everything we can at practice, work on and dive in on the things that we were caught missing or whatever we were lacking from the game before, and just come out with a new energy. I realize as long as my energy up, I know I can keep the rest of my lineman energy up, and we can get through anything because of the way we practice and the way we strive to be the best.
What's one of the practices like for the Salina Liberty? There's camp, and then there's regular season. You're going back to work tomorrow, right? You got a big practice coming up, going to get ready for the Rapid City Marshals. Yeah. What do you expect when you walk in the building tomorrow? What is a practice like for you in the Liberty?
Oh, man, as soon as I walk in the building, I'm going to scream. I'm going to get the energy up, you know what I'm saying? Make sure everybody woke, make sure everybody alive. And then after that, man, it's a party at practice. Like, our practice sometimes feel like game days. Like, we're going against one of the best defense in the league as they're going against one of the best offense in the league. And it's literally like, hey, you not better than me. And that's how we kind of go at it and prepare ourselves to where we have to beat each other. If we can beat each other, we know that when the opposition comes, you know, we're prepared. We know we've been through it. We beat each other up. So it should be no problem to try to go out there and handle the business with the next verse.
You made a comment that kind of stuck with me before we went on the air, and you said the last loss. No loss sits well with you, but the last loss didn't sit well with you because you mentioned it affected your energy and the sunshine going into the bye week, right?
Yeah.
You also have played a lot of games at Tony's Pizza Events Center. You don't lose there very often, do you?
No, sir, man. And losing that one kind of last time we actually lost at the Tony Event Pizza Center was the championship game last year, and that's the reason why I came back again, just to release that taste, and for Sioux City to come down here and do the job that they do, all respect, because they definitely did their job. It just it still doesn't sit with me, you know, so from here on out, I can't lose. That's my mindset, and I'm going to preach it to the team that we can't lose.
Let's talk about the schedule coming up. You have Rapid City here at home. Then we go back and we're playing, again, the top three in the league. You have Billings now at home after making the long road trip up there to play the Outlaws. They get to come to the middle of Kansas and play here. Then back-to-back road trips at Sioux City and at Omaha. Right now, when you look at the standings almost halfway through the season, Billings, Sioux City, Omaha, not in that order, those three in the league. This is a big stretch of games in the next four coming up, isn't it?
Yeah. It's definitely a big stretch. You know, we're going to, but like we tell ourselves, man, it's a big game because we're in it. We don't strive to sit pride on who we playing and this, that, and the third, you know. And we go out there and we try to perfect it to the best of our abilities, and that's our goal. Yeah.
So I know that you are Kelvin off the field as well. About production things like this kind of excite you and interest you a little bit. What else do you like to do? What do you do with your free time?
My peace. Anything that brings me peace, I try to live this year without any negativity. I know it's kind of hard, and, you know, negativity is definitely going to come your way, but that's what I strive to do, is just walk every day in a positive path and just let God do the rest.
Absolutely. So when you have players coming in and they're not positive, pull them aside, do you do it publicly? How do you handle that? Because it happens to some people. Some people coming in, they might come to practice tomorrow with a bad day. How do you handle that?
My approach is different for everyone. Just being around them, you kind of know what can you say or how to say it to people. So it depends. It depends on who you are and how I know I can get your energy up. Some people are introverts where you could be around a lot of people and, you know, you can state it out there in the public, and they be like, all right, let me change a little bit. He pointed it out. I got to act a little different. And you got some that's extroverts, and you got to go to them on the side. But, hey, come on, man. Just all you got to do is get through the day. You get through these 30 minutes, this 60 minutes of practice, we're going to be good. This hour, 2 minutes, hey, listen, just get through this and watch how your day go from here.
So I'm going to let you have a chance here to shout out some people that are important to you. You had a chance to talk during halftime on our Precision Electric player profile last game with Brian Berner.
Yes.
About some of the restaurants schedules that you had. You said you got to stop for every day. We know that we love AJ's in the Alley here on Mondays and their big pizzas and
Yes,
their
sir.
wings and things
Yes, sir.
like that. What are some of your stops along the weekly restaurant tour when you're eating lunch and dinner?
Oh, man. Like I said on the halftime show, first stop, you got to go to the Pig. You know, the Blind Pig is that's my spot, baby. You got everything you need there. You got the bar, you got the food. You know, they got the pool table, anything you need there as well. My next stop, like I said, Russell's. I definitely love Taco John's. Taco John's is a little sleeper.
Yes.
I like it more than Taco Bell. So shout out to Taco John's. I definitely love it up there. And they remember that I don't eat tomatoes, so every time I go, they be like, no tomatoes, right? I'm like, yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. I love it.
That's awesome. So you're getting ready for the Rapid City Marshals. What is one thing, two things, three things, how much on your list here that you really want to concentrate on as you get ready for a home game here at Tony's Pizza Event Center? That place to me is kind of a sleeper because just the way that it's built, the amount of people that it can carry, you can have a half arena in there, and it doesn't look full, but we know the people in the seats are going to do their jobs.
Yeah. Man, one thing I look for is one, like you said, you know, the people in the seats. I hope that we pack the arena Saturday, and we get everyone down here, especially after the bye week. We definitely want to make up for losing last week, and we want to bring that energy in to make sure we win, you know what I'm saying, for you guys Saturday. We also want to prepare ourselves during the week. You know, do we take care of our bodies? It's one thing I say after every practice is take care of your bodies. So, you know, I just prepare myself. I'll probably go to the YMCA, get in the pool, take a couple of laps. You know what I'm saying? Make sure I take care of my body. Make sure I go see our chiropractor down there at Salina Spine. And then, you know, that's pretty much it for me. After that, you know, I just try to get off my feet. Can't get on these bad boys too long.
Pleasure talking to you again.
Oh, yes.
Kelvin McCoy, he is
Appreciate
the center, the southpaw center, as I like to say, for the Salina Liberty, the staple of the offensive line. We'll see him in action on Saturday.
When you hire street plumbing, heating, and electric in Salina and Lincoln, you'll be making a great decision. Providing full-service plumbing and HVAC, they have the knowledge and skills to get the job done right the first time. They work with you throughout the project to ensure you get the personalized service you deserve from licensed and insured technicians. Excellent customer service in Central Kansas since 1985. The experienced team will clean the premises once the job is done. Street Plumbing, Heating, and Electric. Know them better at streetphe.com.
Spring is here, and that means more time outdoors with your favorite beverages from Salina Wholesale Liquor. More time outside means more barbecues and time on the go. Perfect time to pack our portable wines and ready-to-go cocktails. We also have a great selection of new seltzers and a huge selection of wine and whiskey. Spring in and save big now at all three locations. In Salina at Sam's Club, off 9th Street behind Cadova, and on the corner of Iron and Ohio. We have better prices, we're close and quicker. Salina Wholesale Liquor.
K4 Trailer, RV and truck accessories in Salina has been selling every type of trailer and customizing the baddest trucks in Central Kansas for 24 years. Now, K4 is your local dealer for the fastest growing equipment trailer company known as Iron Bull. Plus, Sundowner's newest line of toy haulers, Blazer. K4 is one of the largest stocking trailer dealers in Kansas. K4 also services what they sell and will help you hitch and go. K4 Trailer, RV and truck accessories on West State Street in Salina and K4trailersales.com.
Salina Regional's Orthopedic and Sports Medicine is your home field advantage. Our physicians include sports medicine physician Dr. Matthew Pyle, along with orthopedic surgeons Drs. Travis Rump and Todd Riley, plus an A-team of certified athletic trainers and physical therapists. We're ready when you need us to help prevent injuries, enhance performance, or to heal through surgery and rehabilitation. For area athletes to weekend warriors, the home field advantage starts at Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine.
Oh my, what a fresh smell, and this entire place is so clean.
You would never guess our friend here is talking about a porta potty. Not just any porta potty. This is a portable bathroom from Salina Septic Service. Salina Septic Service is changing the game with higher standards of cleanliness and service. Porta potties don't have to be gross, so don't accept any less when you can have the best from Salina Septic Service. Now serving Hutch, McPherson, and the Gray Bend areas.
Spring is here, and Salina Medical Aesthetics knows you want to look your best for the sunny days ahead. Taking care of your skin is most important. And right now, you can buy any vitamin C product at regular price and get 25% off any sunscreen. Treat those visible veins and get ready for short season with sclerotherapy, now just $175. Hydrofacials, only $175. See Salina Medical Aesthetics Facebook and Instagram and look your best for outdoor adventures with the help of Salina Medical Aesthetics.
You're listening to Liberty Football on KINA.
Welcome back to Tony's Pizza Event Center. Devin Haney, Russ Kossel, Brian Berner, Big Sam Pretty, producing and engineering, just about ready for the third quarter of action, and has been dominated in the first half by the Salina Liberty. Right now, the Liberty lead 34-0. And it all got started on the first offensive drive of the game for brand new quarterback Vincent Espinoza. He had a 1-yard quarterback sneak. Point after by Michael Persley was good, and that got us off and running at the end of the first quarter. The Liberty led 14-0. Then they had 20 more points in the second quarter. They have interceptions from Dontre Matthews and also Dwayne Autry. Also, Tron Folsom has a pick 6 for a touchdown in the second quarter. Brian Berner, all in all for the Liberty defense, 3 interceptions in that second quarter of play.
3 that could have been 6. I apologize to Dwayne that I labeled him with those when I was talking to Coach at halftime. But, like Coach said, the performance that this defense has had, it's what they're capable of doing. I think you're only going to see them take this, as scary as it says, get better as we move on with all of this. Got to call this out. Had a text message from a friend of ours, Craig Hubbard, who I think is thinking that the performance that this Salina team has is very much what his Denver Broncos are going to see coming up this next NFL season. Dominant offense, great defense.
Craig's delusional. He probably needs to be drug tested.
Well, I wasn't going to go there because he's a friend of all of ours. But yeah, it's been a great performance. And I think, as we mentioned, this is game 1. We've got to build on this as we get into this next stretch.
I say that, of course, jokingly. Craig's a coworker of mine. I don't see him enough. He kind of does his thing remotely and does some really, really, really great work for the Kansas Food Bank. And just, I say that just because he's a Broncos fan. And I don't know, man, that AFC West gonna be pretty good. Pretty good.
I'll just stick to the NFC.
Well, that's what you do, right?
That's right. I'm the loner on the group.
No,
well, Brian's an NFC guy, too. So
Brian doesn't have much left. He'll probably be wearing Broncos gear by the end of the year.
Well, I mean, you might as well with Drew Lock at your quarterback position.
Craig stole Brian's quarterback.
I know.
I
think the Seahawks stole Craig's quarterback.
There you go. I like that.
Second half.
I'm going to order 2 drug tests while I'm at it. 34-0. Rapid City has to kick off here to Salina. It's going to be fielded by Trey Griffin at the 7. He's going to angle to the right to the 10, 15. Runs into his own man, Dwayne Autry, trying to throw blocks for him at about the 20-yard line, and it will end at the 21, where Vincent Espinoza will come out. Russ, evaluate the brand-new quarterback. His first half of action, of course, 2 quarterbacks getting their first start here, 1 on each side, 1 for Rapid City, 1 for Salina, but Espinoza right now has the edge, 34-0.
Yeah, and I think I would grade his performance just because I don't think you can grade him any higher, but I would grade him at a B+, a high B+, almost an A in that first half. The drop passes, early Ed Smith dropped one, but shows a lot of poise in the pocket. We see him step up when he needs to. I think he'll be a good fit for this Salina offense.
2 slot guys, 1 on each side in motion as they go 2-by-2, a total of 4 wide receivers. The completion out to the left-hand side to the 25, and everything just kind of keeps on going as far as hand fighting. And Trey Griffin, the running back out of the backfield, is able to get 7 yards on the play. Did Espinoza make a bad throw in that first half?
Yeah, and that's exactly what I was just thinking about. I don't necessarily think even the incomplete pass to Ed Smith in the end zone right in front of Brian there late in the second half was a great throw. I mean, it dropped almost right in Ed Smith's arms, so give a cue to Espinoza and these front 3 of the Salina Liberty offensive line.
Here's Griffin on the little delay handoff. He starts out left, now angles back right, gets inside the 20 to the 15, now down to the 12. That'll be a first down for the Salina Liberty as they are pushing the ball down the field already. here early on in the second half, leading 34-0. Football sitting at the 12-yard line. Word is 1st down and 10.
And I go back to touch on that a little bit. These front three for Salina have really played phenomenal all year. To give even Parham last week the time he had to throw the ball against Sioux City, really the only time that Salina has not had much time to throw the ball was up in Billings.
2 wide receivers on the left-hand side. Here's a little fake pitch out to Griffin. Espinoza all the way to the back of the end zone. And the former Fort Hays State Tiger, Fast Ed Smith, has his first touchdown of the night. It is another one for Vincent Espinoza, and the Liberty score on the opening drive of the second half with 12:48 left to go here in the third quarter. Now 40-0.
And you don't want to say almost like shooting fish in a barrel, but Ed Smith, I mean, I don't think I ever saw him get the half speed right there. The defensive backs kind of just got cluttered up, and he just basically jogged to the middle of the field in the back of the end zone, and Espinosa just laid a great ball right up to him as now Pursley's on for the extra point.
Coach Martinez, napkins are in order tonight, aren't they? His play calling is on point. Here's the extra point coming up from Michael Pursley. He is 4 of 5 up to this point. He's going to push this one off to the right and no good as well. So the score remains 40-0 with 12:09 left to play here in the third quarter. As we peek at our friends up north in Sioux City, Iowa, at Tyson Events Center, 18-13. The Sioux City Bandits are leading the Omaha Beef. Sioux City also has the football with 3:25 left to go before halftime.
Just a game that, you know, if you're a Salina fan, you kind of want to keep an eye on it. Sioux City's the only undefeated team in the league. A win here kind of, you know, creates a little separation. Omaha would have, 3 losses going into next week, and with Salina and Omaha playing each other within the next 3 weeks, Salina probably the toughest schedule out of everybody in the CIF, as you play Billings twice, Sioux City twice, Omaha twice, and you get them all back to back to back. We had them early in the year, and now, you know, after this week against Rapid City, you got Billings coming in here, and then you go on the road to Omaha, and then back around again on the road to Sioux City.
40-0. Here's Michael Pursley's kick. It hits right in front of him when he kicks it off, then takes a couple of bounces. Will be fielded back at the 3-yard line. The return is on for the Marshals. They make it all the way out to the 15, maybe the 16-yard line. We'll see where they spot that one as Rapid City on the return. Levon Macon that time from New Mexico Highlands. He has some AFL experience. One of the more decorated offensive players on this Rapid City Marshals roster. As they will come out now with their first possession of the second half. They'll start out at their own 16-yard line.
And see if the Salina, you know, they're coming out of halftime. These defensive backs for Salina, they want shutouts. They don't want any points on the board. One score here is not going to hurt you, but I think the pride factor of this Salina team and their whole defensive unit wanting to keep 0 on the board.
2 guys in motion, 1 on each side. A flag will fly as the Rapid City Marshals start this play. The handoff goes to runner back Connor Olson. Olson took about 7 yards on the play, but we'll have to check as it flew immediately. And
I think
as you called, looking inside, and he said, you probably want to decline this, don't you, Rapid City? So it's probably against Salina.
Yeah, I think it was offsides on Salina. Maybe on the defensive end over here, might be Shaq.
40-0.
Though, to bring up 1st and 5 after a gain of 7.
So that'll keep a first down for them as they fake the hand. And he is absolutely stuck right in the gut by Dwayne Autry. He will still fall ahead for about 2 yards. Wyoming and Billings playing tonight. That game in Mountain Time has not started as of yet. Approaching halftime, they're at the 60-second warning in Sioux City. It is 18-13. Bandits leading the Beef.
And the other game in the league this week was Southwest Kansas Storm versus the Topeka Tropics. Try to get you an update on that here soon.
2nd down and 2 yards for the Marshals. Johnson back to pass, has a receiver. It is caught. He is hit hard by Dontre Matthews. Still hangs on to the football, though, at the 11-yard line. getting up a little slow, but making the catch. That's Lavon Macon again. We just spoke about him on the kick return. And this is the deepest Rapid City has been, guys, in Salina territory in this game. They have 1st and goal with the football dead on the 10-yard line.
And the defensive backs kind of chirping at each other there. Maybe a dropped assignment by one of them.
2 guys on the right in motion. Little read option here for Johnson. He's going to take it inside the 5 and a big collision there. Boy, Johnson, you just get this feeling he's got a little bit of a gut to him, right? I mean, he goes inside and just puts his head down. He takes the hit and just gets up and just keeps ticking.
Yeah, and I'll give it to Jake. He is sticking his nose right in there. He is not backing down from anything, even in this 40-0 game. He took on 3 Salina Liberty defenders right there.
Not going to make a living doing that. It is admirable. Here's the handoff this time to running back Connor Olson. And he is stacked up and thrown for a loss of maybe 3 yards. Brian, a really good surge there by that Liberty defensive line.
The line was able to get in there and slow things up to allow your defensive backs to come in and help out. These are the situations. You don't want to give up points, but I think it's important that your defense have some of these situational stances of football here in this game, because if it goes too easy, you might not pick up some things that are going to help you in these next 3 weeks.
Johnson back to pass, has a pass plotted down, and once again it is a guy working on a defensive MVP for this game, the linebacker Tron Folsom. He came through on a blitz and was able to get those long arms. We talk about Tron all the time. He is so misleading, 6 foot tall, but his arms make him look like he's 6'4", and he got him up that time and was able to knock that Jake Johnson pass down. Now it's 4th down and goal from the 6.
Yeah, and Tron Folsom just having a great, not even game, but a great year at middle linebacker for Salina.
Here's the fake pitch out. Johnson under pressure, wants to go to the end zone. It is caught at the 1, but driven out. Dontre Matthews, Dwayne Autry there, and they forced a turnover on downs. And then a dance that is PG-13 that we probably shouldn't talk about.
Yeah, Brian, a great job right there in front of you of those 2 defensive backs.
And that was one of the things that Coach talked about, was the communication that he was seeing amongst the defense. And especially when you look at what both of those 2 guys are able to bring. They work so well together. Throw K-Hop in there, and it's just an outstanding job all the way around.
Media timeout, 40-0. Liberty leading halfway through the 3rd here on KINA.
Show Construction does metal roofs. Show Construction offers residential, commercial, and ag metal roofing. Show offers designer rib steel, standing seam, screw-down panels, or stone-coated steel. Show Construction has financing available with low monthly payments. When it's time for a new metal roof, remember Show Construction. We'll travel to you and provide free estimates. Call 833-2007. That's 833-2007. Google us, showroofing.com, or find us on Facebook. Show Construction, the company your neighbors trust.
The Tony's Pizza Event Center is open for business and ready to welcome you. Whether you have a group of 12 or 1,200, our staff can help you plan the perfect event. With 8 meeting rooms and over 18,000 square feet, the Great Plains Manufacturing Convention Hall has plenty of room for your conference, trade show, wedding, or banquet, while our in-house food and beverage team can craft a menu to suit any event. Schedule your personalized tour today by calling Tony's Pizza Event Center or visit Tony'sPizzaEventCenter.com.
This is a great time to get your business ready for summer with BizSwag in Abilene. Get your logo in front of potential clients and add a personal touch to koozies, coolers, hats, and t-shirts. Plan for wedding season with save the dates, invitations, koozies, and cups for that special day. Need help or suggestions? Give us a call. There are hundreds of things that we can utilize to market your business or event. At BizSwag, we are passionate about promotions, and promoting your business is our business. BIZSWAG. See us on Facebook. Your quote is free.
The Liberty plays here. Salina's sports station is KINA.
Back to action, 8:14 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. Salina has it now after a turnover on downs. 1st down and 10 at their own 5-yard line. Vincent Espinoza back out there for the Salina Liberty at quarterback. To his right-hand side, Trey Griffin with a handoff. And he takes a big hit across the middle. Gets about 3 yards, though. But a big hit there by the Marshals. A couple of score updates for you. One game that we have not had a chance to update you on this evening. And, Brian, this one's moving fast because there's no scoring. These two teams are just having a sword fight. It's 17-6. The Southwest Kansas Storm right now beating the Topeka Tropics in the Battle of Teal.
If our good friend Tyler Henry was here, it would be a tropical storm in Southwest Kansas, right?
Oh, my.
Hey, he'd be the one that would say it.
He would. Espinoza back to pass. Oh, he drops the football, and then he has to dive on it and scoop it back in. What's a good thing Espinoza has that long frame.
Recovered by the offense.
6'3", he was able to reach out and grab that football and save it and preserve a chance for 3rd down and 7.
And the B-plus grade about got downgraded to a B- there, but a great job by Espinoza to get back on the football to bring up 3rd and long here for Salina.
Big 3rd down. Liberty hasn't been in too many opportunities like this here tonight. Espinoza back to pass, shotgun, 2-step drop. He finds Ed Smith on the right, and a Best Western plus 1st down. Needed about 7, got 9.
Yeah, and a great throw by Espinoza, an even better route by Ed Smith, knowing where the sticks were at and knowing exactly what he had to do to get past the 1st down and come back to the football.
First down and 10 now for the Liberty. Everybody on the wide receiver core stacked up on the left-hand side. Now they go naked on the screen pass to Trey Griffin on the right, and he spins out of a couple of tackles and able to get 12. And there's D. Washington, Brian, your guy over there just laying blocks on people in the secondary.
Yeah, D down there to try to get some blocks. But I tell you what, Trey, he made that first cut, went down. He literally put his shoulders down to create that contact, was able to get a couple extra yards just from the punishment that he presented to that defensive back at Rapid City.
40-0, Liberty. 5.5 minutes left to go here in the 3rd. Shotgun here, Espinoza, little play action, he wants to pass it, goes over the middle in traffic, finds D. Washington, and that's what he brings, Russell. He has that big wingspan. He had 2 defensive backs right around him. He reached out in front of both of them and just took that football away.
Yeah, just an excellent job there by D. Washington, his long frame to just reach out in double coverage. I don't want to say high point the football, but he front pointed it almost before the defenders could get there and was able to hold it out and then bring it in once one defender fell down.
Got a question for you guys after this play. 4:45 left to go in the 3rd. 40-0. Liberty knocking on the door again. 1st down and goal at the 9. My question will only stand if they don't score here. Espinoza looking out to the right. Oh, Anthony Love dropped the football because he wants to know what my question is. How many other teams in the league, Brian, I'll start with you in your blue pullover tonight, your quarter zip. How many other teams in the league do you see the GM, the head cheese, the runner of the franchise, walking around, shaking hands, and thanking the people for being in the seats, other than the Salina Liberty? That's what Francis Flax does every single dang game.
Yeah, no, I think you don't see anything from the general manager to the owners. There's nothing that can compare on any other franchise to what Salina has here.
Here's Trey Griffin, a pitch out to the right. He's still dodging tacklers, gets his way all the way to the 5, where it's going to be 3rd down and goal. I mean, there's a GM in the league. I guess he's a GM. I don't know what he is, but he actually sits on the bench of his team and yells at the officials during the whole game. Meanwhile, Francis out here shaking hands, asking people come back next week.
Yeah, Francis, the first one down there that he's shaking hands with the officials, thanking them for being here and driving up. And they do a great job up here in Salina as he's now down right in front of us, waving, shaking hands, walking up. Kids are high-fiving him. Just an absolute incredible ownership group and GM here in Salina.
Is he not the coolest dude ever?
He
Rapid
is.
City. First charge of the half.
There's a timeout by Rapid City. They want to talk about defensively what they're going to do. 3:25 left to go here in the 3rd. We'll take a 30-second timeout. Back with more Liberty football after this on KINA.
Are you ready to be where the action is? Tony's Pizza Event Center has upcoming events for every member of the family. The British Invasion Live on stage takes you back to the 60s. The Jammin' J. Lamont Comedy Show introduces us to the human iPod. And yearly favorite Salina Comic-Con. More shows to be announced. Go to Tony'sPizzaEventCenter.com for the latest upcoming events, schedule, and ticket information.
You're listening to Salina Liberty Football on KINA Sports.
Welcome back to Tony's Pizza Event Center. This is the house that Tony's Pizza built. Not really. They're just a great sponsor. So one may or may not know, it is also Schwann's Global that Tony's Pizza is part of. They are also a big sponsor here. You know what I really love about Schwann's Global? The orange push-ups. The guy brings you on the truck. Those are good. Espinoza, 3rd down and goal. Here he goes out to the left-hand side. Nearly has a touchdown from Anthony Love as he is going to be taken up against the wall at the 1-yard line. And it is, again, 4th down and goal from the 1. We have seen Heron O'Neill so far tonight, Russ, say no field goals.
Yeah,
and try to stick these in the end zone. So far, they've been successful. Salina has not had a turnover on downs all night as of yet.
Yeah, and with Pursley missing the last couple extra points, I mean, I don't foresee anything right here as anything's going to change. Maybe Trey Griffin touchdown right here.
All loaded up on the right-hand side. There is Trey Griffin in the end zone, just like Nostra Russas just predicted. I don't even know that's a word.
I don't know.
I made it up.
Sounded good.
I won't do that again. Trey Griffith, though, from a yard out, Brian Berner. Now he has 2 touchdowns on the night. We have seen Trey Griffin, Tristan Gould, both in the end zone. Ron O'Neill told us, though, coming into this game, the running game was a offensive focus.
Yeah, they've done a great job. You know, hopefully here in a week or two we'll see Kelvin McCoy in the backfield taking it over from the 1-yard line. I think we all want to see that. That's a weapon.
Yes. Pursley's extra point is up and good. He's back on the good side of things. 2:04 left to go now in the third. Is 47-0 as we step away
timeout.
for a media timeout. Liberty football here on KINA.
It's spring cleaning time, and that means you should add one more little thing to your to-do list. Call Comfort Heating and Air for an HVAC clean and check. Our technicians will make sure your system is in tip-top shape, so when warm weather arrives, your AC will be ready. That means cleaning your coils, checking Freon levels, double-checking all electrical connections for safety, even changing your filters. With locations in Salina and Clay Center, we are the company that cares. Comfort Heating and Air.
You can rely on the company that cares. We're Comfort's Heating and Air.
Think about the word precision. Precision represents quality and the fact of being exact and accurate. Isn't that what you want when it comes to electrical? Precision Electrical Contractors in Salina brings exact and accurate quality to electrical jobs in central Kansas since 2003. Precision Electric's focus on quality and performance, combined with their experience and dedication, creates a winning set of finished products which saves their customers money. Don't rely on so-so electrical. Visit the team at Precision Electrical Contractors. Online at pecsalina.com.
Don't go another day with roof problems. Ryan Roofing will provide you with the world's best roof, the Durolast roofing system, custom prefabricated to fit your specific building. Your Durolast roof will be leak-free with virtually no maintenance. It's resistant to fire, high winds, chemicals, and temperature extremes. Plus, there are potential energy savings versus traditional roofing. Ryan Roofing has installed over 10 million square feet of Durolast roofing. Trust Ryan Roofing to solve your commercial roofing needs. Call for a quote today, 825-0475.
You're listening to Liberty Football on KINA.
2:04 left to go. Jay Lamont's going to be here sometime in June 17th, I believe.
Hairball?
That's my favorite show.
Yeah, it's a great show.
I mean, you know me, I love live music. You can just go come see all your favorite hair bands in one setting. That's pretty good.
British Invasion?
I don't know what that is.
It's got to be like a Hairball with Britain bands. Has to be.
So, like, Brian's era of music?
Yes.
Okay, here's a kickoff from the Salina Liberty. It's going to drive Rapid City all the way to the back of the end zone. They're going to have to bring this out. Macon will make it all the way to the 11 and a spin move and down there. Brian, kind of seems like it went from a lot of juice on the Liberty sideline to now they've kind of calmed down a little bit. Now it's just, hey, let's just go ahead and get this finished out.
Yeah, I think that is. The excitement has kind of dwindled. But I think once we get into that fourth quarter, you'll see things kind of step back up. And I think that's the situation where Coach is going to kind of stress, guys, this game might be under control, but we're going to build for next week. But I think one thing you're going to see defensively is looking at that scoreboard. Indoor football, very rarely do you see a shutout.
No. Here's Johnson. A flag flies on the play. He's going to try to get away from trouble. 2 spin moves. Worked on a 3rd spin move, and then finally, Corey Williams will bring him down, and there is a flag on the play.
I believe we might have offsides on Salina on the far side. Might have got a quick jump right there, and this. I mean, they gained more.
Illegal defense.
I could be wrong here, but
number 21 lined up at 4 yards. 5-yard penalty for the previous spot.
Yep.
Repeat.
Something.
First down.
Defense.
Yep. What's sideline Sam doing? Is he lost?
I don't even know where he's at.
He's over there underneath the scoreboard. There's nobody over there.
You can't see how that big
foul's
helmet
on
he's
22. 22.
Hey, he's just going around saying hi to everybody, just making sure nobody was sitting up there.
Got to keep an eye on him. Oh, what's going on over there? Here's a pass by Johnson over to the right. Off the wall, no good. K-Hop there on coverage as the veteran, former Kansas Jayhawk, Kendrick Harper, in on coverage. Did I hear somebody tell me during halftime that the University of Kansas had more guys drafted in the NFL draft this weekend than the University of Texas? Is that right?
That is correct.
Oh, raw chop.
Kyron Johnson was drafted, and at that point, no one from Texas had been picked.
What about Kwame Lassiter Jr.? Did he get drafted? Do you know?
That I don't know.
Okay.
We're just starting to release a lot of the free agent pickups.
Oh, okay.
So we'll see a lot more kind of shake out as the evening rolls along.
Or also known as the Seattle Seahawks roster for next year.
Whoa. They picked up 2 quarterbacks as free agents. So the future's bright in Seattle.
Bill Parcells always said if you have 2 quarterbacks, you have no quarterbacks. That's the end of the third. That's what you get in a 47-0 game, right? Thank you, Liberty. We're at the end of third. We'll be back with the fourth quarter after this. Liberty football brought to you by Salina Medical Aesthetics here on KINA.
PRP, or platelet-rich plasma injection therapy, has received quite a bit of attention since its use by many professional athletes. Professional football players like Peyton Manning and Jamal Charles have used PRP therapy for sports injuries and to avoid surgery. But you don't have to be a world-class athlete with millions of dollars for this cutting-edge therapy. PRP is available to you in the Salina Pain Clinic. Call the doctors for a consultation and see if this treatment is right for you. See them at 200 South 5th in the Salina Surgical Arts Center.
When pests have become too much, it's time to call Hassman Termite and Pest Control. With staff having over 150 years of combined experience, we offer all services for structural pests: termites, ants, roaches, spiders, crickets, mice, and bed bugs. In our 60th year of our family serving yours, give us a call or visit us on the web at hassmantermite.com or see us on Facebook.
The Liberty plays here. Salina's sports station is KINA.
Ready to begin fourth quarter. Jay Lamont, which I touched on earlier, that's actually a fundraiser. It's going to be June 17th if you're interested in that here at Tony's Pizza Event Center. 3rd down and 5. Rapid City. Little screenplay out to the right-hand side. Our runner, Lakeem Christmas, able to get it almost towards midfield stripe at the 25. It is a first down for Rapid City. And a chance for us to update you on a couple of scores. The Southwest Kansas Storm in Dodge City, they are now beating the Topeka Tropics by more than what they were earlier when we updated this score. And it is 24-6. Also, Jeremy Reynolds for the Omaha Beef nailed a long field goal for Omaha and gave them a narrow lead at the break.
A great camera work up there in Sioux City,
gosh.
just phenomenal. On all they do a great job up there in Sioux City on their camera work.
Professionals. Here's a read option. Jake Johnson that time tried to stiff arm Keenan Gibbs, and Keenan wasn't fond of it. He went ahead and just threw him up against the wall for a second down. It's a 2-yard gain.
Now, I'm not sure how many quarterbacks, let alone anybody in this league, could stiff arm Keenan Gibbs and keep him off of him.
Yeah. He's a large man, and he's aggressive. How much has he helped this defensive line out, though? I mean, it's now, on cue. Yeah, Keenan Gibbs off the right-hand side. He also had with him in his sidecar, though, right up the middle, Brian, Corey Hurd. Those two got there at the same time, and it was you got to split that up, right? You got to go half sack.
Yeah, they went, there was a red jersey in their way, but they made short work of it to get back to the quarterback. And, again, this defense, they're fired up, and they want that shutout. You can really tell. They're not going to give up, even though it's 47-0.
Yeah, Corey Hurd right there just ran over the center and just demolished him.
3rd down and 15. Johnson finds a receiver, though, and it's going to be a first down. Dwayne Autry there to make the tackle, but making the catch. And a first down for the Marshals is Levon Macon. He has been the bright spot. Actually, check that. It was Demetrius Davis that time. Davis, not a big guy, but he was able to haul that in that time and able to get the first down. New set of downs for the Marshals at the 15. Little counter play, run back against the grain. Gibbs had such good penetration. He was forcing the running back the other way. See Jake Johnson out there blocking?
Yeah, he was.
Shaq Bradford all the way downfield?
Yeah, he's downfield about probably 7 or 8 yards downfield from where the play actually was. And, I'll give it to this kid, Jake Johnson. Just sticking in there. He's not backing down. He's putting his shoulder pads down when he keeps the ball, pulls it, and runs. Just a great job by that kid at quarterback for Rapid City.
You can love a quarterback that's losing by 47 points. I love him. Here's a handoff now to the right-hand side. Connor Olson will take it. He gets chopped down at the kneecaps and falls ahead. Almost has the first down. He's a yard short at the 6-yard line, so it's going to be 3rd down and 1. The first down sticks setting at the 5 as Rapid City trying to push it into the end zone for the first time this evening.
They got some more defensive linemen running in. Travis Taylor now coming in the game. Keenan Gibbs moves over the nose tackle position.
Two guys in motion on the right-hand side. Johnson takes it right up the gut. He's still fighting for yards. And now a scrum ensues, and he gets thrown down at the end of the play. Whistle's blowing, and they're going to throw a penalty flag. That will amount to about, what do you say, Brian, 7 inches worth of penalty yardage?
Yeah, probably. You're going to have an unsportsmanlike, it looks like. Would you consider that a dead ball foul also?
Yeah, and I don't know. That flag came extremely late. He was already up off the ground. One of the Liberty players, they had already high-fived with him, and then the flag came out. So it's probably you're probably going to look at 1st and goal from the 1 or 2 yard line.
Was it an illegal high five?
I mean, if you're from Salina, you can do a lot of things illegal in this league, so it wouldn't surprise me.
Huh?
22-21 is the halftime score.
After play, personal
Omaha
foul.
leading Sioux City.
Unnecessary roughness. Number 8, defense.
They do get the personal foul
from the
on
end of the run.
Salina defense.
Automatic first down.
Might have gave it to Travis. I think it was Travis Taylor, I believe, who got that number 8.
So the nose of the football at the 1 yard line. Rapid City trying to punch it in here.
10.
49 left to go.
Well, it's almost like everything went but the ball.
Yeah, a false start on everybody but the center. If you go back to the NFL days,
5-yard penalty. First down.
There was a whole lot of chaos going on right there.
I look at that the other way, Brian. If everybody else knew the snap count, wasn't it the center that messed up?
Would be. I guess you're right. Here's the thing. You go from 1st and goal after that personal foul. Now you're at 1st and 6?
Yeah, so a personal
goal from the 6.
A personal foul gets you 7 inches, and a false start gets you 5 yards, and now you're at 1st and goal from the 6.
And now you got to burn a timeout. because you don't know.
No, there's still 17 seconds left on the play clock.
Yeah, the offensive coach on the field actually said, no, we don't need that right now. We've already burnt once this half. Johnson sent 2 receivers, one on each side in motion. Now looking right, he comes back left, has a receiver. Touchdown, Rapid City. So the Marshals on the board with 10:31 left to go.
LaVon Macon right there once again with another catch, and not a big guy out on the field, but just runs great routes, plays hard. Once again, Jake Johnson standing in there, took another shot right there, but able to stay in and give a touchdown.
It wasn't Macon on the reception. I couldn't see it.
Yeah, it was LaVon Macon on the reception.
Thank you. 6 yards away. Extra point up and good from Melissa Strother, the female kicker for Rapid City. And Brian, you were able to talk to her a little bit. What's her story?
Yeah, I had a good conversation with her before the game. Former soccer player, goalkeeper from Azusa Pacific out in California. And she had kind of played in some of the women's outdoor leagues that are scattered around the country. COVID hit. Those leagues kind of shut down for her opportunity. Came across the chance to kick in Rapid City. So she's moved up there. Personal trainer. Has a lot of training tips and things online. So Google her. Check that all out. But the one concern that she has, when I talked about, do you want to stay indoor, go out? She goes, I want to go back outdoor. One of the difficulties she faces is where they practice. It's basically turf over dirt, and the opportunity to get indoors are only on game days. So being able to go in and actually work to kick on the extra points field goal opportunity, it's just a game day situation each week.
Yeah, that's tough. Good for her, though, and we see this more and more coming up in football. There was a couple D1 teams last year at the college level that had female kickers. She'll go ahead and uncork this one to the 10. Trey Griffin gets it in the coverage. Not good here for Rapid City as Griffin takes it all the way back across the 25 to the 15-yard line. They're actually going to spot him down at the 14, and a short field for the Salina Liberty and their new quarterback, Vincent Espinoza.
You go back to your female kicker days there, and I believe, what was it, Vanderbilt, maybe? Sarah was her name?
I think so. Yeah,
Brian would know.
Brian would know. Sarah Fuller. Played soccer, also a goalkeeper, came in, kicked for football. Then she took her extra year transfer to, I believe it was North Texas, to continue her soccer career.
Why would I even try to
Mean Green?
The Mean Green. Bring it on, guys.
Try to even question Brian and his kicking in his soccer days. I don't know why I tried there.
I saw you sticking your toes in that water, and I was just like, oh,
you
God.
just let me fall
Why
in and
would
drown.
you do that? You should know better by now.
It's okay.
8:49 left to go. Here's the first snap of this drive. Espinoza, he wants it all. He goes to the end zone. Anthony Love has it go just off of his shoulder pads. He was in between two Marshals that were there to make the hit and was unable to come up with it. Second down at 10. Still halftime in Sioux City. Omaha leading by 1. The Southwest Kansas Storm 31-12 over the Topeka Tropics as the Tropics continue to be in the dumpster. They'll go 0-6 if this score continues on. Delay handoff. Boy, here's a extracurricular. Anthony Love and one of the defensive backs getting to know each other as they roll around. Tristan Gould took a hit around the kneecaps on that run. Third down coming up here for the Liberty. Brian, I'm curious to get your opinion. A lot of people can sit there if you're in Topeka and go, well, it's an expansion team. Things will get better. Rapid City, probably about the same thing. Their only victory is against Topeka. But what about Billings, man? What are they doing up there in Billings? The Outlaws are just really good.
Yeah, they are, and I'll let you do this play, and then I'll give you my 2 cents.
Third down and 8 for the Liberty. 7:25 left to go. Here's D. Washington in motion. Espinoza back. He's bouncing. Now directing traffic. Goes to the end zone and an interception. Rapid City rips it away. LeBaron Mallory takes it away for the Rapid City Marshals, and that is the first bad ball of the night
First down,
for Espinoza.
Rapid City,
Brian.
don't take that ball to the bench. You're
You
getting
can
a penalty.
look at Billings
Bring the ball
and
back.
say they're an expansion team. Coach mentioned it on paper. They're really not.
They
were just in hiatus. They had successful programs there in the past. Coach O'Neill was, Coach O was part of those. But you look at the situation, they have such talent. And Russ, you talked about Donahue. Dylan Donahue, linebacker that just really controlled that defense for Billings when we were up there. West Georgia, he's a Billings kid. Played at the NFL for like 3 or 4 years with the Jets. He's legit. He brings a winning attitude to that ball club.
Rapid City now after the takeaway from Salina, trying to run it out of their own end zone. They're having a line of scrimmage at the 5, and now they're going to take a couple of steps back at the 2 as this Liberty defense continues to play well. I think as Brian, with all his expertise there on player personnel, he knows much more than we do, but I think he said when we were in Billings, did he say that?
I think he meant
I meant the two of you.
Oh,
I was watching the game, but just from a number of hours away.
You meant we as a franchise.
As a franchise.
Liberty Nation, we'll call it. Hashtag Liberty Nation.
You guys failed to read the fine print in my contract. I don't travel too far.
Oh, I know. Fully aware. Thank goodness, too, because that travel bill would be expensive. Here's a long ball from Johnson as he wants it all, going down the wall. That's broken up, incomplete. We have an injury. Brian, you're going to have to take this because I can't really see that much.
No, not on this end. Shaq was just slow getting up because he was frustrated. He knew he was just like a half step away from getting that sack in the end zone. Shaq is one of the most competitive guys. He is so much fun to be around. He just realizes what he doesn't have in the height, he makes up in quickness and the determination. Again, it's just so much fun to watch him play.
5:14 left to go. 3rd down and 12 for Rapid City. This play is going to be blown dead before it even starts.
Before the snap,
and a timeout for the Rapid City Marshals. A 30-second
second charge
timeout.
of the half. Also, a media timeout.
Media timeout. See, I'm learning. Me and Whitehead Craig, as you called him, we're getting on the same
Craig the Whitehead
mental level here. Whatever. 47-7 is our score. It's a media timeout, Sam, a 60-second timeout with 5:12 left to go in the 4th. And we have Gumby on the field here on KINA.
Spring is here, and that means more time outdoors with your favorite beverages from Salina Wholesale Liquor. More time outside means more barbecues and time on the go. Perfect time to pack our portable wines and ready-to-go cocktails. We also have a great selection of new seltzers and a huge selection of wine and whiskey. Spring in and save big now at all 3 locations. In Salina at Sam's Club, off 9th Street behind Cadova, and on the corner of Iron and Ohio. We have better prices, we're close and quicker. Salina Wholesale Liquor.
K4 Trailer, RV and truck accessories in Salina has been selling every type of trailer and customizing the baddest trucks in central Kansas for 24 years. Now, K4 is your local dealer for the fastest growing equipment trailer company known as Iron Bull. Plus, Sundowner's newest line of toy haulers, Blazer. K4 is one of the largest stocking trailer dealers in Kansas. K4 also services what they sell and will help you hitch and go. K4 Trailer, RV and truck accessories on West State Street in Salina and K4TrailerSales.com.
You're listening to Salina Liberty Football on KINA Sports.
There are balls all over the field in Sioux City as they continue to go through halftime. Again, 22-21. Beef Bandits going at it. Wyoming and Billings. We're an hour later. They didn't start till 8 o'clock. We'll try to check that score for you. 31-12 is the score in Dodge City at Blue Hill Casino.
That's a great place to play, too.
30
or have fun.
Depends on how the tables treat you. 31-12 is the score. There is the Storm leading the Tropics. Here's a pass that, again, should have been intercepted, and Brian Berner right now is sharing a laugh and maybe a little bit of a oh crap moment down on the sideline as Daughtry Matthews dropped another interception.
Right, we were just saying, Got scored. Match his number. Matched his number.
Let's stop there. I mean, he has one, right?
He may have one, but it doesn't make up for what everybody's getting ready to tell him when he comes off the field.
Oh, no. You can only have this kind of fun when you lead by 40. 4th down, coming out of the end zone for Rapid City. Johnson steps up, airs it out, has a receiver, and it is incomplete. Had a receiver that made a really good effort. His only problem was he had probably the best cover corner in the league running along with him, and Kendrick Harper, and K-Hop was there to just kind of get those hips turned around and get the hands up right in time for that ball to get nudged out of bounds over the VIP wall, Russ.
Yeah, and a great job there by the Salina defenses. Now their offense will have short field at about the 3-yard line. Update in Wyoming, Billings Outlaws 13, Wyoming 0. So not a lot of scoring there in that game where we thought maybe Billings, we would think, would score a lot of points going on up there in Wyoming. But into 1, Billings 13, Wyoming 0.
There's a young lady dancing on the field in Dodge City. You would think this game was in Topeka. That is distracting. Here's 2 guys in motion on the left-hand side, and they pitch it out to Travis Taylor in there at running back. We've already seen Trapp with a touchdown once this year. Now he's in there again taking some carries.
I'm going to divert this one down to Brian. What do we got to do to get Kelvin McCoy in the backfield?
Send all your social media requests to Salina Liberty Football.
Hashtag Debo touchdown.
There you go. That's what it'll be.
Well, we also have to find somebody to be center, right? I mean, because his job's pretty important.
I didn't say it was a perfect plan.
Yeah, pitch out to Taylor. He's going to take on a defensive back and get into the end zone. It's the 2nd rushing touchdown of the year for Travis Taylor. He is normally a league leader in sacks. He may have more touchdowns than sacks this year.
And Haran O'Neal right there over there quick to high-five him.
Unbelievable.
We're going to see how good his arm is now, is how far he throws the ball. Look at that tight spiral.
Pretty good. I think he got it to whoever he wanted to get it to. That was 30 yards in the air. Pursley on for the extra point. Placement down by Espinoza. Kick is up, and it is good. 2:15 left to go here in the 4th quarter. 53-7. Liberty. Guys, converse amongst yourselves.
Yeah, there's a lot to take away from this game, Brian. I'll kind of send it down to you on this comment. We saw this team come out early on in pregame when we walked into the arena, and the tone was it was different. Now that Dontre Matthews, Dwayne Autry are now back, Haran O'Neal back on the field, just a totally different atmosphere than what we felt in, I would say, since game 1.
Yeah, and every player that we talk to, whether it's an official interview off the record, whatever it might be, you ask him, what's one of the most important factors? Why are you here? And you always hear Coach O'Neal. Haran O'Neal is the reason that these players come here to play. He's also the situation that over these last couple weeks, and we can't take anything away from his staff because he has a great staff of assistant coaches that kept them in ball games. But having him back here and then having your 2 top defensive backs back here, the entire team is back, and it just feels right. You've got a new quarterback, and really, with the exception of 1 interception, you haven't lost anything from when you had Tyree Adams back here.
Oh, White Hat Craig kicked the ball twice in the end zone.
Is that a rouge?
Julian Field is a 1-point rouge for Salina.
There it is.
That was unfortunate. That ball, first of all, from Michael Pursley, let's go off the foot, was perfect. It went right down the middle of the field, and it's just boom, 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 really low to the ground. Was never really a threat for anything. And poor White Hat Craig in the end zone kicked the ball not once but twice, and Rapid City couldn't get to it.
He tried to get out of the way. He even tried to high step it after he kicked it the first time, and he still couldn't get to it. Is that a safety? Brian, I'm going to have to divert down to you. Ask him, what is that?
I think they put it on the scoreboard wrong. He's talking to Craig right now.
What do you got down there, Brian Berger?
Get an interview with him.
I like the comment he made. I knew to run, because if I would have stayed there, I would have gotten hit.
So is it a safety?
No.
No, it should just be 1 point, I believe.
They put it on the scoreboard wrong.
1 point?
Right?
Yeah, it should be 1 point. The officials are aware that they put up 2 instead of 1.
Spell Rouge for me.
Rouge. That's the best I got from my 6th grade elementary school.
I spelled it like a Nissan Rogue. I don't know. Still. Score's a score, right?
I mean,
1
we
minute
can get
warning.
into enunciation and
1
pronunciation
minute timing
names if
rules
we
are
want
now in
to,
effect.
but
Salina has 3
we'll leave that
timeouts.
one alone.
Rapid City has 1.
1 minute warning.
Media
Let's get a break.
56-7 is our score. Actually, it's 55-7. We're going to go with my scoring, not their scoring on the scoreboard, because a Rouge is worth 1 point, and that's what just happened there. So 55-7 is what we'll go with. 90-second timeout here on KINA.
Salina Regional's Orthopedic and Sports Medicine is your home field advantage. Our physicians include sports medicine physician Dr. Matthew Pyle, along with orthopedic surgeons Drs. Travis Rump and Todd Riley, plus an A-team of certified athletic trainers and physical therapists. We're ready when you need us to help prevent injuries, enhance performance, or to heal through surgery and rehabilitation. For area athletes to weekend warriors, the home field advantage starts at Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine.
Oh my, what a fresh smell, and this entire place is so clean.
You would never guess our friend here is talking about a porta potty. Not just any porta potty. This is a portable bathroom from Salina Septic Service. Salina Septic Service is changing the game with higher standards of cleanliness and service. Porta potties don't have to be gross, so don't accept any less when you can have the best from Salina Septic Service. Now serving Hutch, McPherson, and the Gray Bend areas.
Spring is here, and Salina Medical Aesthetics knows you want to look your best for the sunny days ahead. Taking care of your skin is most important, and right now you can buy any vitamin C product at regular price and get 25% off any sunscreen. Treat those visible veins and get ready for short season with sclerotherapy, now just $175. Hydrofacials only $175. See Salina Medical Aesthetics Facebook and Instagram and look your best for outdoor adventures with the help of Salina Medical Aesthetics.
You're listening to Liberty Football on KINA.
Rapid City with 1 minute left, coming off of their own 5-yard line. This has kind of been the theme of the night. And a receiver open over the middle of the field. Rapid City had a guy open as Jasonis Tillery. Open in the middle of the field. Jake Johnson tried to hit him, but then it was knocked down by that Liberty secondary. Field position tonight, Brian, has been everything, hasn't it? I mean, Liberty have really owned the scales as far as who gets good field position in this game. And Rapid City's been digging themselves out of a hole all night.
Yeah, I think really they started one time at the 25-yard line, and everything else has been back. They had the one scoring drive, of course, but, you know, it's been an uphill battle the entire way.
Here's Johnson back in his own end zone and gets away from what would be a safety and a pass swatted out of there by Dontre Matthews. Ross, correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't remember. The time they did start at the 25, wasn't that the time they scored? Wasn't their only scoring drive?
Yeah, I think you're correct, and I'm not going to argue with you because
that's good.
I just don't do that.
I don't remember either.
But you are correct. When they had the ball at the 25-yard line is when they scored.
Okay, thanks. You know that for sure?
Yes.
Okay, thanks. I didn't write it down. I got enough stuff going on. Here's a carry up the middle. And a tackle after about a gain of 4. 37 seconds left to go. We're back underway in Sioux City. If you want to switch over and watch that game, I would highly recommend it.
Omaha up 22-21.
Yeah, just started second half. That one's going to be a barn burner, as they say. Those two teams going after it. Rapid City here, little play action fake. Johnson looked like he wanted to air it out. He might have crossed the line of scrimmage there. Didn't matter anyways. Receiver dropped the football with 10 seconds left to go. 55-7, our score. And Salina now will get the football as that was 4th down and a turnover on downs.
And just take a knee right here. You don't have to advance the football now with a 48-point lead. So one more snap of the football, and this one will be in the books. As
they're trying to look at the players. They're trying to get Coach O'Neill to go for a touchdown here, and he said no. Take a knee. He's laughing, having a good time. Good to see the first ballot Hall of Famer in the NFL back in the building here.
Yeah, D-Wash is upset. He wanted to try to get another touchdown.
Look, he's still
pleading.
He's still telling him, take a knee. It's been a good night for the Liberty. Back on the positive side of things now, 3-2 in the league play. He's still talking about it. Take a knee. Espinoza in the shotgun. Just going to lose 5 yards as he takes a knee, but that doesn't matter. As the Liberty get the victory, 55-7, our final score. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have the comments from the head coach, Ron O'Neill, as the two head coaches and longtime friends shake hands at the 20-yard line. Coach's comments after this. After
Don't
a big
go
Liberty
another
victory
day with roof problems. Ryan Roofing will provide you with the world's best roof, the Durolast roofing system, custom prefabricated to fit your specific building. Your Durolast roof will be leak-free with virtually no maintenance. It's resistant to fire, high winds, chemicals, and temperature extremes. Plus, there are potential energy savings versus traditional roofing. Ryan Roofing has installed over 10 million square feet of Durolast roofing. Trust Ryan Roofing to solve your commercial roofing needs. Call for a quote today, 825-0475.
Time now for the Liberty postgame show on KINA. Stick around for the game recap, final stats, and reaction from the coach. This is Liberty football on KINA.
Back here at Tony's Pizza Event Center, the two head coaches still chatting it up at midfield as they got into doing battle here. Coach Ron O'Neill told us off the air in pregame that this Rapid City Marshals coach, back in the day, used to just hand it to him. He said he used to beat my tail. So Coach